6. Manitoba SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Hello, what is going on, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, my members voted for X-Plane 11 737 action. Yes, I tried. I even got in X-Plane today, and I turned X and Vibro on, and I turned all the add-ons on. I was in Orbix, and I was trying to fly the IXAG 737, and it was just kind of meh. Then I decided to fly the Zebo 737, and it was all right. But I just couldn't bring myself to stream it. We're going to be flying a lot of Boeing starting on Monday. So, you know what? I said, screw it. Let's get back into the most beautiful sim there ever was, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and let's get into the fly-by-wire 320 Neo, because we haven't flown this airplane in actually quite some time. And I haven't flown it since I've upped my graphics and since got a new GPU. So I figured we'd do a little late night stream here this evening. I saw XP72 was streaming as well. So if you are, go over there, hit a like button, say what's up. I'm going to try to time this so we kind of enter into Las Vegas at the same time, so we could see what those, see if that Boeing struggles to cope with the high density altitude over there in Vegas, while we just soar right on by in our Airbus, because Airbus for the win, folks. So here we go. Thanks for tuning in. Fubar, good to see you. Anderson, Kusal, what's up? A Blue Bear, Rusty C, good to see you. Flight Simmer, what's up, man? Been a while. Yes, it has. Glad to have you back on stream. Benny, good to see you as always. Maximilian Costas. Kango26, what's up, man? Good to see you, and many more. Glad to see everybody here. I thank you for tuning in last minute with me tonight. I don't believe I will be streaming tomorrow, so again, I just wanted to get this one more stream in here. Ooh, there goes somebody departing. What is that, a 330? don't know where he's going. That's awesome. See ya. All right, I don't know why my overlay is not working. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just going to, we're gonna kill it. We're just gonna rock, we're gonna rock the visuals. Just straight up maximum juice visuals. And of course we have the tiller cam ready to go as well. So, all right, let's get this thing started, shall we? Oh, we don't need to listen to that intro music again. Let me find that here real quick. All right, we'll just listen to the lovely sounds of the fly-by-wire A32NX. I'm gonna turn them up a little bit. Scott, what's up, man? Good afternoon. What's up, John? Good to see you. Your mic's a bit low. Can I raise it? Stand by. All right, how about now? Hopefully this will be a little bit better now. A little bit windy out here, but let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit. We are cold and dark. Ricardo, what's up, man? Says we got the bourbon. Let's go, man. That's awesome. I cannot wait. Was that Shaq Oatmeal? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, sir. Shaq, always bringing good vibes and some laughs. Shaq, I swear, every time I watch back from my streams, I see some of your comments. I'm like, dude, I'm just cracking up. So good to see you, man. Hope all is well, my friend. First and foremost, look at this cockpit. I don't know if it's because I just turned my settings up to ultra or whatnot, but man, it is really, really sharp. Loving the cockpit here. So let's go into our flow. Let's go up to the overhead. Let's go battery 1, battery 2. We have we're checking for proper voltages here, which we have. And that's good. My stick setup is a little bit in the way of my collective, so I gotta be careful I don't bump that. All right, we got 2 batteries online. We'll go ahead and get the external power on. That's gonna boot up the airplane. I do have some other services here. Let's go ahead and open the forward door. And are we opening bags outdoors, outside? That's already open. That's already doing that out there. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. Airplane is booting up. Let's continue up our overhead flow on the left-hand side here with the captain panel now. So you can see this panel is divided into 3 separate panels, 1, 2, and 3. So crew supply, oxygen, command, ground control on. CVR test. Lovely. ADIRS. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. They are on and aligning. Mr. Hawks, welcome to Commercial Pilot, sir. Glad to have you in chat, man. I don't know where Nightbot is. Maybe he's going to join here momentarily, but exclamation point, welcome. You've been around the channel long enough, man. You know how the deal works, so I'm sure. Glad to have you on board, man. Glad to have you here for the stream, man. I'm liking the tree mod, by the way. Right now, it's funny. So the trees now in like early summer aren't that much different, but when I've messed with the tree mod in like winter and stuff, and it's just really cool, man. So I am enjoying it. Hawks, again, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that very much, sir. Flight Force, what's up, man? I'm doing good. How are you? Thank you for your continued support for 3 months as a Commercial Pilot member. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you. All right, that's going auto arm. Everything else looks good here. That is in the auto position. Fuel pumps we leave off, and everything else looks good. We'll do a little fire test here since we just did a crew swap. We're getting into a brand new airplane here. 1, 2, and 3. Nope. You want to make sure that's closed because you stand up to use the lab. You could definitely bump that. All right, everything else looks good up the right-hand side. Cool deal. Then we come down here. We'll initialize that. Make sure everything else is good. 22.8. Let me make sure my radio. Okay, yeah, my push-to-talk does work. Good. All right, that's good. I was having some issues with my alpha. That's all good. Let's come down here. Let's check the engines. Beautiful, 24.3. We're going to check hydraulics. That's all on the green. And we'll check the door page. Make sure we have green there on the oxygen, and pressurization is in auto. Beautiful. All those have been checked. Let's go ahead and hop down here to the McDo. Let's go ahead and get this sucker initialized. We're going to come here. I think I'm probably out of date, but let's go McDo menu. Atsu. I don't think there's been any changes down here. We're going to go AOC initialization and init data request. Boom. San Fran, Las Vegas. Beautiful. American 357. We'll hit this button right here. That should uplink everything to us. Jim Hoop, what's up, man? Welcome. Vidic, good to see you, sir. Welcome. Hawks, glad to be here. Awesome. Awesome, man. Awesome. I think I did update the specs, right? Let me see. I guess I didn't put my GPU in there, huh? Oh no, the specs are the same Eagle One, except I'm running a 3090 now, MSI 3090. That's the only difference. Other than that, the specs are the same. All right, let's pull that back. Let's come over here. Let's, oh, you know what we do before we do this? Check this little V1 coffee mug out. I'd love to see that. Let's go over here and real quick, let's start the boarding process. That's one thing I love about this airplane. Makes it super easy, weight and balance. I'm going to get it from the operational flight plan. So hit that. That's going to load everything here, and we're going to go ahead and start. We got 131 peeps headed over to Lost Wages this evening. Hi, I'm from Brazil. You should try the approach at Santos Dumont. I've heard many things about that airport. 1328 meters, had to turn to final at 500 feet over the bay. Wow. I will do it, man. I will do it at some point. I will definitely be getting down there. All right, let's go ahead and get some more lighting on here. That looks good. Doing some integral lighting here. That is all good. Oh my gosh, just look at this cockpit, huh? With the reflection off the glass, can we just take a minute and hit the like button? We got 97 watching. Look at this view. We got a reflection over here. I got reflection off the glass. This is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I love this cockpit. We've been flying the BAE 146 a lot. Feels good to be back home. I feel like I'm finally come back home when we step into the Airbus, huh? I guess we really are stepping back home, but anyway, you guys get it. All right, let's take a quick look at our flight plan. Let's go over here. OFP, yada, yada, yada. Can I scroll this down? I can, thank goodness. That's our fuel load. What was our departure procedure? Westla 5, Intel, Q174, and the Cocktail 1. So Westla 5. Let's go ahead and see what the weather is doing over here today in where the hell are we? San Francisco. Let's do a weather request. Let's get all of them. We do have an alternate of Phoenix. So I'm entertaining this idea. You guys let me know what you want to do.
Sim controls advise. Love the tiller.
310 flyer. Bank angle check. Right back at you, sir. Right back at you, man. Thank you so much for the $5 dono there. Appreciate it. 310 flyer. I hope you got the Cessna 310. Let me know how it is. I've been hearing some good things about it. Probably going to pick up the Cessna 310 from Milviz as well. But indeed. Thank you for the super chat, sir. All right, let's see what one runway is going to be taken off here. Let's go receive the messages. METAR. I should install AIG model matching. Look, I know it. I've been entertaining it. It's a really painstaking process, though, right? Ooh, 280 at 2.2, gust 2.9. Hello, who turned the wind up in here? 30.07. So if it's 2.8, that makes it easy. We're going to depart off 2.8 left. We're going to use the West. Was it the West? What the hell was it? The Westla 5 to Intel. Insert that. That's going to be our route there. And then into Lost Wages, we're going to go arrival. And I don't know what they're landing, but I'm going to set up ILS 26 left. And we're on the Cocktail 1. And what was the transition? Let's take a look over here. According to this OFP, it was flour. That doesn't seem right. Arrow right, Novia. Oh, no, I really screwed it up. Fletcher. Interesting. Insert that. Let me take a look at this route because I don't know if I did that right. Let's go constraint mode. We're going to just go ahead and step through this flight plan here. I mean, I guess it looks... you know what? It looks pretty dang good. It looks right to me. Alright. We're just going to get rid of that one discon up here. This is good. I'm glad we're doing this flight because I haven't been in the Airbus in quite some time. And if you guys have been hanging around, you know I've been... I bid for a different schedule this month. I actually bid for an on-call schedule, and it's, I don't know, I feel like I need to get back in the airplane here to kind of stay fresh. 290 is good there. IRS and NIT will align on ref and confirm that. I know we did the box out of order today. I apologize, guys. Normally, you follow the diff strip procedure. We'll get you all the same, get everything accomplished the same way, but I was a little out of order on that one. Nothing to hard tune. I'll just put KSFO here in the progress page in case I need to know right where the airport is. We'll leave it on that page for now. Let's go back to arc mode, down to 10 degree or 10 miles. We get VOR1 and VOR2 online. And I guess we need to look up. Oh no, we're gonna do this again. I hate doing this every time. Give me a second, guys. Tango Sierra Mike. Tango Sierra 67. Approve that. Yeah. And we should. There we go. KSFO. Let's look at the SID. Westla 5. Pretty self-explanatory here. We're going to pop that sucker out a little bit. Climbing left turn max 230 at above 2,000. All right, we can handle all that. There's nothing complex special. Do not exceed 210 until leaving 520 feet. Look, if you're going past 210 knots at 500 feet, you're flying something a hell of a lot faster than an Airbus, I can tell you that. So that looks good. I'm going to just pull up the taxi chart here. We'll go 10.9 page. That's the wrong one. 10.9 straight up. And make you full screen, because we're going to be with this. We're going to take off 28 left. That'll be our taxi route. We'll brief that in a little bit. Right now we're just boarding up. I think we're about ready to just chill here for a minute. Looks like they're still working on the bags. You know what? Oh, look at that. Actually, I want to go right here. Go back here. That looks awesome. Dimitri, what is up? West Coast, baby. Let's go. Dimitri, welcome, sir. Glad to have you on, man. We're just getting ready to get fired up here in the fly-by-wire 820. 310 Flyer used to own a 67 310 Lima. Awesome, dude. I did some flying in a 310 for a gentleman that owned it. He was an owner. I can't remember what year it was, what year the 310 was, but it is a fun airplane to fly. No doubt about it. Cam 321, what's going on, man? Good to see you, sir. How many times have you flown that Cocktail 1 arrival? Thinking, God, I could use one right about now. I mean, very mean of the FAA naming that arrival. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, I've thought about it more than once, I'll tell you that. Normally going into Vegas on a, like coming from the West Coast here, San Fran, Oakland, is it John Wayne, Vegas, these super short routes, San Diego, Vegas. It's very busy. So by the time you're on the arrival, you're like, man, I could go for a drink. You're absolutely right, man. Welcome aboard, man. Glad to have you on board tonight. We are forgetting fuel. We need 11.2 because we have an alternate. So let's go ahead and start pumping that right now. We're going to need, I'm going to do 11, what do we got? I'm going to go with 11.7. We'll do real time. We'll begin the refueling process. As far as services go, everything else looks good there. Door forward is open, right? I assume red means disarm. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, so we're getting fuel. That should be coming. There he is. Fueler is here. He's fueling. Let's look at a couple other things. We don't have any ATC on right now, so I'm going to pop our top altitude all the way up to flight level 290. We're going to go straight up there, 290. Let's check our transponder. We'll put that on 2000, and our radio is 22.8 for VATSIM purposes, and we probably should make sure. Let me just get a radio check. Got a radio check on 122.8.
5x5.
Beautiful. 5x5. Let's go ahead and fire the APU up. Yes, Monster Drop. This is my bird too. I am an Airbus captain in real life, so I fly the 19, 20, and 21, and the Neos as well. So, been having a lot of fun with other airplanes lately in the sim world, but always good to be back in the Airbus here in the sim. Keeps me sharp. And I know you guys probably all have heard this now, but Amir from Phoenix did say that it could be possibly days and not months until we have the Phoenix, which would be awesome because if you've been around the channel, you know that every 6 months I got to go into the sim, I got to do some recurrent training, and I am due for training here. It feels like, man, I feel like I'm always in training, but here in June, I believe. So I will have training in June, so we need to do some check ride prep streams, which I would absolutely love to do in the Phoenix, because I would love to put that airplane to the absolute maximum with failures and such. So that would be cool if that comes out by the time I got to go to training. Let's go ahead and fire up this APU. Damn, that looks good. Am I ready for triple digits? Ow, heck no, man. Especially now with this new GPU, it's hot, man. My room goes up like 80 degrees. I brought 2 extra fans to the office. When that happens, Phoenix, everything else will be uninstalled from my sim. Dimitri, I'm there. I don't know if you guys are watching XP72 stream, but I had a little fun. I sent a dono just before I left, and it said X-Plane 11. I think it was March of 2017 to May 9th, 2022. Now, that may not be true for all of you, but when the Phoenix drops, I think it's going to be true for a lot more of you. Now, I know X-Plane is still going to have a special place for a lot of people, and I will gladly get back into X-Plane on the 12th when 12 comes out. But for me personally, with PMDG coming, with the BAE already out, with Phoenix on the horizon, with the fly-by-wire Neo, all I need is right here, folks. All I need is right here. So, Kool-Aid emojis in chat. There you go, Fubar. But the best part about it is, if you guys don't agree, hate Microsoft Flight Sim, guess what? You don't have to fly Microsoft Flight Sim. Everybody can fly whatever sim they want to fly. But to me, I'm just enjoying this sim too much. And there's little things in this simulator.
Boarding completed.
Boarding completed already. Good night. Let's go ahead and get the APU bleed on. Let's go ahead and get that off. Did we get our fuel? We'll talk a little bit later. Now, we're still fueling here. We are still fueling, ladies and gentlemen. But there's little details in this sim that I'm finding out, and one of them came from, I was watching a Flight Deck to Sim on the Leonardo Mad Dog, and he brought up a point at the very end of his stream. He's like, the atmospherics in the sim are incredible, and what he did is he
Ladies and gentlemen of the Flight Deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
So the atmospherics in the sim are little things I'm starting to find out I like more and more. And one of them is like the air density and the saturation of the air. So what Flight Deck to Sim did is he actually ran the dew point all the way up and made the air 100% saturated, not raining, but just extremely thick and almost misty. And when you turn the lights on, you can see that. You can see the lights starting to illuminate that real light mist. It's not quite a fog, but it's just a real light mist. And it's awesome. And it's little things like that I'm really starting to love about this sim as a platform. There are still things that drive me absolutely mad, like the user interface and a couple other things, the replay system for one, and the control bindings. But I think this is the way of the future, my friends. I do think this is the way of the future. Okay, boarding is complete. Let's turn on these lights here. That is good. This is going to be one hell of a scenic flight, guys. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be very scenic. Let's go to the init B page. Let's go ahead and do this. 123.24.4 fuel planning. We do have 11.7 on board. That is good. One thing I forgot to do on the initialization is, it did pull the alternate. Good. We have Phoenix as an alternate. How are we looking for gas? Weather is all default right here, Flying Gazelle. Everything in this sim you're seeing tonight is default, except Las Vegas Airport is from Fly Tampa. That's the only payware that you're going to see on this sim tonight. Okay, so it looks like that's still a little bit not 100% accurate, but we have an hour extra, so figure about 30 minutes to our alternate. We're looking good on gas. Perf speeds, we're going to load up. We do this after engine start, or can we do it now? I always forget. We're going to do a flaps 1, toga takeoff, no flex. Okay, 129, there we go. 133, we'll call V1 129 as well, because it's pretty long runway. 29, 29, 33, flaps 1, toga, packs on. Beautiful.
Subscriber ahead. Look.
Let's go ahead and close that. And let's get the baggage trucks out of here. You guys need to get out of here. Go away. He's going to close it on the loader there. That's all right. Let's go ahead and do a pre-planned pushback. San Fran, I think we push into the alley and then pull forward here. So we're going to go here and then, oh, it's only one spot, I see. So let's just, you know what, let's just do that. We'll push back onto the line. That looks good. Looks like someone else is pushing. And why is our forward door still open? Door forward, let's close it. Door's closed. And if I do beacon light, we should. Boom. All right, let's do
Flight
B4.
attendants, arm doors, and cross check.
So B4 start, checklist, windows, doors, and slides. They are close and arm, beacon on, thrust levers, idle, parking brake is on for now. Transponder is going to come straight to TARA for VATSIM. And that's it. 4-star check is complete. Let's go ahead and get a pushback going.
This aircraft. You can follow along with the safety information card in your seat back pocket.
All right, just got back to the chat. Dimitri, I saw you pushing up earlier.
Love your content. Keep up the great work.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened low and tight across your lap. Use the seatbelt sign as well.
Heavy
Have it visible
G
to the crew at all
coming in
times.
with $100 donut.
Your life vest is in a pouch under your seat.
Heavy
If
G,
instructed by the
bank
crew,
angle
turn off
check
the
right
pouch,
back at you, sir. Thank you so much for a very,
wrap the
very,
strap
very
around your
generous
waist. Secure the buckle,
donation,
buckle
sir.
strap
That
tight.
is very, very kind of you. He says, love your content. Keep up the great work. Heavy G, I'm glad you're loving it, man, because there is plenty more where it came from. And this is going to be a very busy week for us in content creation. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Thank you again for that huge, huge, huge dono. Very much appreciated. And let's get this show on the road. Jet bridge is still attached. Go away. Go away. Got the light on. There she goes. V1 in the mini brief you talk about. V1 in the mini brief you talk about. You do that after push a real aircraft, or due to other aircraft you need to get moving out and push FUBAR. So the mini brief, technically by definition in our books, is conducted after we've left the ramp area, because you want to have both heads. You want to be heads up in the ramp area here. You got airplanes coming in and out, ground vehicles. Very busy spot on an airport is the ramp area. So typically, by definition, for us, we do that mini brief once we get onto a taxiway or we clear the ramp area. Let's do a little radio call here. Where are we at? 54. Is there a gate sign? There is. 58 Alpha. San Francisco traffic, America 357. We're going to be pushing straight back off 58 Alpha, taxiing to 28 left, San Fran. All right, let's do it. Release brake. Hit it. We out of here. I'm sorry I don't have an overlay tonight, guys, but for some reason it wasn't working. Dimitri says, not that it matters, but Flight Factor pushed out a very nice beta update with huge FPS optimization and other goodies. Dimitri, I saw the link. You landed somewhere. I can't remember the airport, probably somewhere in Greece, but I did see that. I saw your approach you posted. I've kept an eye on it. That's one thing I haven't got back into yet is the Airbuses in X-Plane. Now, for my recurrent, that's coming up. If we don't have a Phoenix, you bet we're going to be back in the Airbuses and X-Plane for recurrent purposes, because I need to be training with a pretty heavily modeled failure simulation. So we do V1 cuts, we do engine fire failures, we do all that stuff, emergency evacuation, and the TOLUS and the Flight Factor, they have some very good failure simulations modeled. So if there isn't a Phoenix out by that time, we will definitely be back in those airplanes. So that is good to hear that they got optimization for the Flight Factor in that beta update, man. All right, here we go. Engine start to ignition start. We have bleed pressure. I'm going to be quiet. I want you guys to hear the best startup sounds in any sim ever. So here it comes. We're going to turn engine one. Enjoy the startup. freaking good. So good. We're gonna do a two-engine taxi out. We'll go ahead and turn 2, please. That was a bus transfer. So good. So good. How realistic are these sounds? Probably more realistic than real life, man. They're really, really good. They're spot on. They really are. I think Boris has absolutely nailed it. I would love to hear him do a Pratt & Whitney sound set, but these are the leaps. They are, correct. Dimitri, yet the 2 glide slope warnings. Look, if you're visual with the runway, then that would be fine. If you say, hey, we're visual, don't worry about it. We're visual with the runway and everything is stable. But if you are on an actual ILS and you're on a published approach and you get 2 of any of them, 2 glide slopes, you get 2 glide slopes, 2 low gear, or any other JipWhiz call out. That's a go around. But on a visual approach, it's kind of a gray area. As long as you're stable and you have visual references, you should be good to go. All right, so that's coming off. That's going to go back to there. Let me go tiller cam for everybody. We're going to arm the speed brakes. We're going to go flaps 1, we said, right?
Traffic 97, still passing 2.4 for 300, clear runway 2 at left, 7 on the call.
All right, sounds like there's only one guy calling, so let's go taxi light on, brakes released. Let's get out of here.
Subscriber ahead.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick Walker, for the subscribe, man. The sun right there on the over the building. Give me a break, huh? Come on, look at that. Good night. All right, let's figure out where we're going here. We got to make a right turn. Set 1 plus F. 1 plus F will be set on the ground when you select position 1. In the air, you will only get flaps 1. Rocco, the throttles you're seeing, all the mods here, the flaps, speed brake, are from 3D Sim Mods on Etsy. 3D Sim Mods on Etsy, my friend. You like the LED lighting? Thank you, Fubar. I was kind of going with the blue for Airbus, you know, kind of like that Airbus color, the blue Airbus color. Now it's kind of all tore up. It's not final. I just have it kind of laying there because, spoiler alert, my Alpha is pretty much dead. It's given me some big time issues with the port to switches, so I bit the bullet and I picked up the TCA Boeing yoke, which will be very good for the PMDG aircraft. Let's go there and make clear right, clear left. We should turn the lights on, but I think that triggers some sound, so we're just going to go ahead and go across ghost mode. But I did pick up the TCA Boeing yoke. Should be arriving on Wednesday, so we're going to be streaming a lot this week. A lot of content coming at you. Make sure you are subscribed and that notification bell is on because, again, I don't really have a set schedule. Typically, I'm a midday streamer if I do stream. It's going to be between 11 a.m. and 3 in the afternoon Central Time in Central Time, U.S. How's that tiller working out for me? Dimitri, absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. And I love it with every airplane. I use it on every airplane now. It's great. Flight 477, you're still waiting? Your FS project stick? Man, I know there's a couple of you still waiting. I'm sure they haven't forgot about you. Put different. pillow behind my back here. My whole desk situation is not very comfortable right now. So, but Flight Force, I hope you will. I'm sure you're going to be getting it soon enough, though, man. Thank you for the $2 dono. I think Christian Ionscu is still waiting on his, and I think there's a couple more guys that are still waiting. If you ordered a little late, they definitely got swamped. Oh, that looks good. I just want to look outside. Oh, I'm doing 30 knots here. That's a folklore call right there. Slow it down a little bit. Can you smoke as a pilot? JJ, you can. In the U.S., though, you're not allowed to smoke, obviously, in the airplane or vape or anything like that. Now, you are going to have some significant health scrutiny when you go for your medical, though. But there's plenty of guys that do it. Chris Stooper, what's up, man? Dude, I put those videos up on the big screen last night, and my wife walks in. She's like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, watching a wing view takeoff in HD. What's wrong with that? What's up, man? Good to see you. But yeah, my wife thinks I've totally lost it, man. Like I'm all on the Microsoft train now. I'm on the just looking at visuals and you posting wing views. It's gone off the deep end with the Kool-Aid, my friends. Thank you, T-Bomb. This tiller is pretty sweet. From what I understand, I don't believe Cat 3 Designs are making them anymore because they've actually went back to work as line pilots. So, all right, we need to do a couple things here before we get going. So, first and foremost, let's do a flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral, I know it's a little hard for you to see. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. We can I always kind of like doing this from this view back here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Little flight control check, Airbus taxiing, and a sunset in San Fran. Can I like my own video? Because that looks awesome. Aviator says, my girl thinks I'm crazy. I get back from a trip and I fly some more on the sim. Yep, Aviator Manny, I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. All right, flight controls are checked. We're going to go auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. Radar PWS is not modeled.
What is your opinion on the PMDG 737 price?
Thank you, Daniel Christensen, for the $2 bomb. I heard it was, what, around $70? I think that is absolutely wonderful. As someone who has owned PMDG products in the past on P3D and FSX, if you've never owned a P3D project, P3D airplane, I think you really are going to enjoy it. I have high hopes. Now, I'm obviously not sponsored by PG, and I'm not going to give my final thoughts until I actually get my hands on the airplane. But I have very high hopes, and to me, the flight modeling and depth of simulation is going to be set from this PMDG release. They're going to set the bar. And my optimism for the sim as a whole is either going to go through the roof or it's going to be sunk a little bit because maybe doesn't live up to the hype. But I have a hard time believing PMDG won't live up to the hype. I'm very excited for it. I will definitely be flying the Boeing for a while. And then, if it's as good as I know what PMDG can do, I think everybody's going to be in for a very, very big treat. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I think that guy's waiting for us. San Francisco traffic, American 357, departing runway 28 and left turn out, San Fran. You guys ready? Let's go. He's waiting on us. Brakes released. Give it a little juice here. Let's start creeping forward. We're going to light it all up. And forward call. Here we go.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Damn, that looks so good. I don't think the planes behind us are happy about taking too long to depart. I'm just enjoying. Oh my gosh, what a perfect timing.
Francisco traffic, United 1926, lining up and waiting to a left, San Francisco.
There we go. Let's spool them up. I need maximum yogas in chat. We're not even going to do it from the wing view because this looks too good. Nose forward on the stick. Actually, yeah. Let's get a little juice here. Yogas in chat. 1, 2, 3. Hit it. Mantoga SRS runway. Auto thrust is blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Damn, that was quick. Positive rate. Gear up. Disarm the spoid brake. We're navving. Goodbye, SFO. Fly by. Oh, please. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
San Francisco traffic, United 1926, departing to a left.
There's the Bay Area. It's blowing. It's blowing pretty good. Right down the pipe. You can see our climb performance is through the roof. That is pretty realistic. When you climb it into a 25 knot headwind like that, you are going to shoot up. Uh-oh. There we go. Thrust climb, climb. Might have to reconfigure that. Do you nav that quick in real life? Al, yeah. So this is an R-nav departure, so you're going to be picking up the nav track right after departure. Right after rotation, essentially. Now, if you're on a heading, that's different. All right, there's S-speed. Let's go flap 0. So on this departure, if I'm not mistaken, Al, on the takeoff roll, nav was in blue. That's because this departure specifically is set up for you to nav up right on the departure end, where some other departures might have you with heading or runway track or a vector. We're gonna just do our own turn here without even looking at the PFD, so we might come off a little bit, but go ahead and go bank angle check to the left here. Yeah, we're super light too. We only have 10,000 pounds and 131 peeps. I don't know which view is better, I swear. Oh my, there's San Fran, there's downtown. Golden Gate Bridge right there in the golden light, my friends. I mean, I should probably put the autopilot on. It's just flying around. Look, marine layer starting to come in here from the Pacific. Starts to get foggy. One thing I loved about living on the West Coast, living in the Bay Area, is the weather. I mean, it is hands down some of the best weather you get. I love it when it's gray and misty. And even in the summer, in the morning and in the evening, it's very common to get these little bit of fog roll in from the coast. I just love that, you know. Coffee, to me, in the morning, I love coffee, right? I mean, we got our V1 coffee mug over here. But coffee even tastes better when it's overcast outside. I swear. When it's overcast and gray outside, coffee tastes even better. V1 switching camera views intensely. Sorry, was I switching views too much? I just can't get enough of it. What we will do, though, is we're going to come down here. We're just going to shorten this. We're going to direct us to port. We'll go ahead and hit insert. Not database. How's that possible? And we're going to go AP1. We're going to get rid of the tiller cam. And we're going to just enjoy some of this here. All right, we're out of 10,000, so let's go ahead and clean it up. We'll go off, 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 off. Oops. We'll let them know we're at 10,000 feet. We're naving to port. Climb out blue. We're ready to go. Is that your PA in the announcements? I can neither confirm nor deny. Yeah, there's San Fran down there. This just looks real. Dimitri, I wanted to get to your question earlier. I saw you asked it about the 146. Do I find it worth it? Absolutely, man. It's to me, the 146 I think really flew under the radar when it released. You know, it released on Friday night late, and then the Leonardo came out. Everybody was all on the Leonardo, which I totally understand. MD-80 has got a huge following, and it's a pretty neat airplane to fly, the MD-80. But the 146 to me, just in this sim, I felt like I got way more for my money. You know, the Leonardo MD-80 is going to be more than this PMDG 737. And you have a super non-user-friendly tablet or weight and balance loading thing, and we already talked about it to death, you know, the sounds and the things I was a little bit disappointed in. But I think it's going to be a good airplane. You know, it gets a couple updates. I haven't tried it since the new update. There's 18,000. We'll go ahead and set standard. But the 146, I feel like I just got way more for my money. I enjoy the way the airplane hand flies. I enjoy the way the airplane makes you work. It makes you work, but makes you work easy. And somebody put in the chat a great point. They said the 146 is an airplane that likes to be flown by hand or something like that. It's a pilot's airplane. And the MD-80, it feels like a systems test the whole flight. Like you have to, there's so much going on, especially a single crew member. You really got to be on it, and you really have to be familiar with the aircraft and where everything is, which is fine. I personally enjoy that too, but honest, if I'm being completely honest, I think the 146 is a little bit more enjoyable for me at this moment in time than the MD-80 is. You see Amir hinted at possible Phoenix. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit already. Absolutely, I'm pumped for that. Look at that traffic down there. Well, that's in traffic. What are some good BAE routes? Well, a lot of it was in the UK, London City. You can do a lot of London routes. That's what was the charter? It wasn't TNT. It was another one out there. Delivery, but you can do West Coast. You can do East Coast shuttle flying here in the US. Ricardo says, Captain, have you watched a show called LA to Vegas? Oh, yeah, dude. I watched that whole thing. I was really sad when they canceled it, when they lost the contract to the Thursday Night Football. But I watched that whole series, man. I got a ton of laughs out of that. And what made that even more funny was, like, if you knew what the inside jokes kind of were, or like if you're in the industry, or, I mean, it was funny for anybody, but for someone who's in the industry, it's extra funny. PMDG price is right around $70. Right around $70. Yeah. I don't know why Fly Live doesn't want to work. I honestly think it has something to do with tiller cam. I can't get it to work. Apologies on that. Iron Man, what's up? Says, hey, Captain, can you give us some insight on typical daily route for you in real life? I'd like to receive some of your flights. I'd like to recreate some of your flights and flight sim. Iron Man, well, let's see. Honestly, it's very dependent. So the way things work in the U.S., for the most part, you put in your bids. And you're bidding on what we call pref bidding. Now, you can bid for specific trips, or you can bid for certain things. So you bid for days off, you bid for start times, you bid for finish times, and then all your preferences are taken into account, and then they assign you trips that match those preferences. So no 2 months are ever really the same, unless you are a super senior guy like the number 1 or number 2 or number 3 guy in base, either on the captain side or the FO side, and you just hand pick which trips you want to fly. But even then, the trips change month to month. So it's very hard to pinpoint that. But I will tell you, if someone who's based centrally located in the States here, in Dallas, a lot of my flying lately has been going out east first. So I've been going into Tampa. My last trip, I went right into Tampa, going into Orlando, doing some Miami stuff. So going east to Florida has been the norm lately. Now this month was a little bit different. I decided to bid what's called a reserve. Now typically a reserve month is kind of like, some people love it, some people hate it. What reserve is, basically you're just on call for certain blocks of days. Now if they don't call you, you just essentially got paid to not work that day. But the kicker is you don't really have any flexibility, so you can't drop those on-call days. You can't move them around as you could if you actually had trips. So this month I kind of rolled the dice, and I needed a whole week off from my buddy's wedding that we're doing something with, and there were some couple other things I needed. So I decided to just try to go the reserve route and see how much I could not fly, really, because I flew a lot last month. I was kind of burned out from just real busy schedule, a lot going on. So this month I'm on call. I'm actually on call today, believe it or not. So if I do get called, I mean, I might have to alt F4 the stream and I'm off to work. I'll let you know where I'm going. But it's this month I won't really know where I'm going to until I actually get called. So I tend to try to post those stories or those YouTube shorts for the members, kind of give you an update where I'm headed, where I'm going. Fubar says, I can't believe the price, PMDG is priced so fairly, but I guess that's because they will be releasing other 7.3 variants. That's true. You know, you're going to have to buy, if you want 3 variants, you just spent $210. But honestly, I think it's a very, very fair price. I think it's very fair. All right, we're about to level off here. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. Let's make sure we updated our cruise altitude in the page here. We did 290 is set. We're going to level here. We'll listen to the announcements, and then we'll start looking at the cocktail one into Vegas. Look at these sky colors, though, huh? What does bid for mean in lay terms? So when I say bid, Al, it's not guaranteed. So I could put in a bid saying, hey, I want all Saturdays and Sundays off, but I may not get that. They may say, no, we can't build you a schedule with all Saturdays and Sundays off, because at your current seniority number, the guys senior above you already have trips that have weekends off. So we have to give you some. We have to give you some trips over the weekend. So I say bid as in it's my preference, does not mean that will actually be obeyed.
Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Dimitri, there you are, man. I said it earlier. I didn't know if you were in the stream when I was saying it, but yes, I'm actually loving the 146, Dimitri, and I like it more than the Leonardo Mad Dog at this current moment in time. You know, the Mad Dog is more expensive than the 737, the PMDG. I feel like there's a lot of things that they missed on the MD-80 going into Microsoft Flight Sim. I think they missed on some areas. Not user interface, but like the EFB tablet not being very intuitive. A couple other things, sounds. Flight model is still iffy to me. But I love the MD-80 for what it is. It's a very intricate, very systems-related airplane to fly. But the 146 is much more of a pilot, hands-on airplane. It's got a high workload, but it's a very easy workload to do. Like, as long as you understand what the autopilot's trying to do when it's trying to sync with a vertical speed or with an IAS, and using sync mode, and if you understand the TMS, the throttle modulation system, I think to me, it's almost more enjoyable to fly, because it's not like a constant systems test when I'm flying it. You know, when I'm in the MD-80, I feel like I'm in a constant systems test because of the way everything works in that airplane. But, yeah. I talked about it a few minutes ago, Dimitri, if you want to wind it back. I think it was a little bit more in-depth. But short answer is I love the 146, man. I'm loving it. What's up, Beck? He says, hey, I don't usually talk in chat, but I always enjoy the streams. The only reason I'm typing is to say that I passed my PPL check ride this past Tuesday. Excuse me. Beck Young. Well, congratulations, man. That is very awesome to hear. Welcome to being a private pilot. Welcome to the brotherhood that is aviation. That is absolutely awesome. Glad to hear that you passed that. And I'm sure if you pursue more ratings, it's gonna fly by, and you're really gonna enjoy it. But thank you, man, for sharing that piece of information. That's really good to hear. Pack, bonjour. All right, I should probably look at the cocktail one. I can't remember the last time I flew it. Where's XP72 at? Somebody stream snipe him. What's his distance to Las Vegas? Let's go ahead and... What is this? Oh, cool. Failures. No, I don't want to do that. Where's Avitab or Navigraph? All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to pull up Vegas. No worries, Dimitri. Hey, not a worries, man. But yeah, what do you think, Dimitri? Do you have the Leonardo as well? I'm curious because I know you were a big Mad Dog guy with the rotate. So I'm curious on your opinion of how you feel the Leonardo Mad Dog is. I'm curious on your take on that. If I'm being completely honest, I was a little disappointed with the Mad Dog in Microsoft on the initial release. I have not done the update, and I haven't tried it since then. But the most simple way I could put it is I felt that the price did not reflect the product. That's all I'm going to say. But that's the best way to put it. A simple, short sentence. The price of the Leonardo Mad Dog did not reflect the product. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad product. I'm not saying I'm never going to fly it. In fact, I will probably have a lot of fun time, a lot of hours flying that airplane. I look forward to flying it, but it's a little interesting out of the gate. All right, there's the cocktail one, and we are going to YouTube right now, right? And then Intel was our transition. So where is Intel on this sucker? Oh, it might be a little bit further down the line, huh? Oh yeah, that's Q. Fletcher was the trans. And Fletcher is way up here at 240. Okay, good. So we got time. XP has 20 minutes left. Let's go ahead and see. We're expected to land at 3:49Z sim time. It is 3:09. Oh, so we have 40 minutes. So he's out in front of us. Dang it. Dang it. I was hoping we'd beat him in. That's all right. That'll give you a chance to watch both landings. Maybe he'll do a second leg. I wanted to see that Boeing come in and try to land in Vegas. Dimitri, I totally agree. No FMC. I will say this, I wish there was an option like they had in X-Plane to completely just get rid of the FMC box. Now, it is cool to pull your weather, like from the index data link page and all that. So I'll give them that. I mean, that's kind of neat. But I totally agree with you. I like flying it old school with the needles, man. Wow, we got to watch the sunset, though, if we didn't already go down. Did it already go down? Oh, we're about to see it. Here it goes. Turn the sim down a little bit. We're about to watch a Microsoft sunset. Let's get a little music for the sunset, shall we? My word. Hit the like button. There it goes, ladies and gentlemen. The sun has set on this lovely Saturday evening. I'm glad everybody's here tonight in chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me last minute. I hope you guys can hear the passion and excitement in my voice, because I'm hugely passionate about aviation, and I'm hugely passionate about flight sims in general ever since I was a kid. I mean, all the way back to 98 and 95, I've been flight simming. So I feel like we are at a precipice. Is precipice the right word? I don't know. I feel like we are we're not even at the peak yet in flight sim, but we're getting so close to some incredible add-ons, incredible technology, even with X-Plane 12 coming too. So I'm excited. And I'm glad I can share my excitement and enthusiasm with all you guys here in chat, because that's really what this is. I was watching for it, Al. I didn't see it. I was watching for it. Flight Sim guys, since FS98, yes sir. I'll never forget FS98, the cover of that box, right? It was like a sunset, almost the same exact colors that you're seeing right now on screen, right? And it had like a Lear, was it a Lear or a CRJ Take It Off from a runway with 2 sets of runway lights on it. I'll never forget the FS98. FS98 was, I think, my trigger. I played one before it, but 98 was really where I was like, I'm addicted to this whole thing, you know, flight simulation. So 98 sticks out in my mind as that's the one. Flight Sim 5.1 for MS-DOS. Peter Green, I used to play US Navy fighters on MS-DOS. I think we're dating ourselves now, my friend. V1, do I usually print my flight plan in real life? As of now, yes, we still print them. They're printed at the gate, but very shortly, we're all going to be paperless here. Everybody's going to be paperless. Where are we over right now? Fat? I think that's Fresno. Let's check the VFR map. Where are you at? There you are. Is that Fresno? It's gotta be. Yep, K-Fat. That's Fresno down there. I've run a few cargo planes out of that airport. You still have your original FS98 CD-ROM somewhere? I do too, man. I do too. FS2000 Concorde, yep. Century of Flight, remember that one indeed. Earth Shadow looking east looks amazing. Yeah, it does, man. Yes, it does. Should we keep it... Should we just go in at full night, or should we back it up? I don't know. I feel like we should go in at full night, right? We already watched the sunset. Might as well do Vegas at night. Do you also get printed load sheets and packs info? Yes, but they're digitally closed out. We do digital closeout. Started simming from around 9 and was fortunate to eventually become an in-real-life pilot. Hell yeah, Ricardo, man. Awesome, dude. Same here. Right there with you, man. I remember, so back in like 98, was it Orbit? World Travel? Were those like the default airlines? I think, was there a 7? What was the biggest airplane in FS98? I want to say it was like a, I think they had a 7.4, right? Maybe that was 2002 or something. But I thought 98 there was one where I would fly and I would tell my mom be like, why are you staying up so late, blah blah. I'm like, Mom, look, I'm just flying real world Pan Am routes. My mom used to be a flight attendant for Pan Am, and she's like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. So you gotta go to bed. I'm like, I'm flying until 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, flying all over the world. No idea what I'm doing, just like GPS direct or whatever. I don't even remember how we navigated in that sim. I really don't. 98, the 73-400. So it might have been, maybe it was FS2000 with the Concorde on the cover then. Might have been 2000. And then there was one, I think it was was it 2004, where the cover was a 747 touching down in Los Angeles. That one was cool too. Zombler, look, even though I'm running a 3090 on my PC now, if you set your settings correctly in Microsoft, you can probably run it. So, you know, my setup with the 1070 wasn't all that bad. Honestly, the reason I wanted to get the GPU upgrade was not just for Microsoft. It was for a couple other sims that I stream, and I wanted to run multiple cameras, and I was hurting for VRAM. No matter what I did, my 1070 was pegged out on VRAM. So, and that was kind of a big limiter for me. So I wanted to make the jump. I tracked the GPUs for almost a year. And I finally got a deal on one, which I thought was a fair price. I think 3080s were probably costing what I paid for my 3090 just not too long ago. So did the virtual airline thing with SWA back in the day. It was a hoot flying real. Hell yeah, Al. Hell yeah. I love the giant book you got from FS2000. Yep, learned so much from that. That's the thing, man. It was all paper, right? Everybody handed out, or all the games you got had those big paper, like manuals and how to read them and all that. Wow, look at this cockpit lighting though, huh? This is the jump seat. So the other day, I jump seated back home. You guys probably know I was telling you that my trip, my one day trip that turned into a 2-day trip, I ended up jump seating home. I sat on a jump seat right here. They're like, hey, we got a seat in the back. It's a middle seat, like in row 32. And I'm like, pfft. I just asked the captain. I was like, hey, man, you cool if I sit up here? Because I'll tell you what, I'd rather sit on an Airbus jump seat any day than sit in a middle seat in the back. Especially in uniform, because then everyone's like, what are you doing back here? How are you flying the airplane? Who's going to land the airplane if you're sitting back here? I've heard them all, man. I've heard them all. Anyone else play Wings Over Vietnam? I did a little bit, I think, Richland. I think I did a little bit. Tony, 2 times you got a 3080 for 1500? Yeah, nice. Went through a lot of HP ink cartridges, Al. The struggle for ink. Oh my gosh, my mom was always pissed. I'd be printing stuff out, printing flight plans, I once printed a checklist. I think I printed a checklist that had like colored borders or something, or had like a colored header, solid blue or black or something. I don't know. My mother was pissed. Shaq says any day and twice on Sunday I'd ride Airbus jump seat than a Boeing. Hell yeah, Shaq. Hell, I'd rather buy a freaking, well, I don't know if I'd buy a Greyhound bus ticket other than sit in a Boeing, but that Boeing jump seat, whew, especially if you get the one behind the captain. So there's two jump seats on the 320 family as well. Let me just turn the dome light on. Where are you at? So a little jump seat knowledge for everybody. You don't get this everywhere. So this is obviously the primary jump seat. This actually slides out and slides in almost into the alleyway here, so it kind of blocks the door too. You pretty much sit right here, straddling the console. So that's always it's always fun when you're sitting here on the jump seat and then the captain wants to make a PA and he's reaching between your legs to pull out the little handset to make a PA. But there's also a secondary jump seat back here. Now, pro tip for commuters: if you ever start commuting on the Airbus and you're the only one up there, or there's 2 pilots and you're both fighting for the jump seat, be like, hey man, you could take the one in the middle, I'll take the corner one, because if you want to sleep, this is the best jump seat to sit on, because you can kind of wedge yourself. This one does not fold, doesn't come out. It literally just folds out right here. What's the flashlight? Is it left Alt L? Oh shoot. Nope. I just turned all my lights on. What's the flashlight command? I know there's a flashlight command. But anyway, you could sleep in that jump seat because you can lean against the wall. Now, the Boeing, there's a second jump seat that literally sits you right, like right here. This is pretty much a 737 second jump seat if you're on Southwest, and it's awful. It's awful. I mean, it is. Your feet are dangling, your legs will be numb. The primary Boeing jump seat is here, but it's so far forward, you're basically up here with everybody. You're like, hey guys. So, Airbus jump seat is way better, 100 times better than a Boeing. I don't care if you've been flying Boeing your whole life. Everybody will agree with that. All right, Fletcher's is at 240, I believe. At or below 240. Let's see. The bottom for 26 is going to be landing 26 left 8,000 at Bourbon. We're going to dial in 8,000 feet. Alt L. Let me try Alt L. Let me do this real quick. We got that set. Manual brakes. LS push buttons on. Yeah, it's in there. We can figure it out. Alt L. Let me turn my dome light on again. Flashlight left, Alt L. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, now you can kind of see. But this is a coat closet. Yeah, you can sit up here and go to sleep. Cool. I love the lighting in this. Oh yeah, that's a nice view right there. Did the crew get pissed off? You start to snore? Depends. Sometimes you get a flight plan to the face, or they might let you sleep. Just depends. Depends on who you work for, really. I will say the worst jump seat, though, is the MD-80 jump seat. MD-80 jump seat was the absolute worst as far as mainline aircraft go. Now, there's regional jets that have worse jump seats. The Embraer is not bad. The Embraer 170, 190 series of aircraft, they actually have a pretty decent jump seat. But the Mad Dog MD-80 jump seat was just, that was also atrocious. Zombie, you prefer commuting on the bus for sure? Yeah, absolutely. 7.3 cockpits are more cramped and noisy. They're definitely smaller. You know, I don't know if I'd say cramped. I think I'd have to be flying a 737 to be like, yeah, I feel cramped up here. But they're definitely smaller. They're tighter. You obviously have the yoke in front of you. Whoa, we're starting to pick up some chop coming in over the mountains here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Seatbelt sign is on. I need everybody to return to their seats, please. Man, look at the beacon flashing though. That's just cool. It's cool that you can see the cockpit light up because we got the dome light on. I guess we'll just watch the sun go all the way down. 7.5 has got awful. Yeah, the 7.5 can suck too. The 7.5 jump can suck. But it depends on which one you're in though, right? The one that's like directly behind the captain, the one that's like up high, elevated, like looking down. Speaking of Greyhound, flew US Air a few times. Pretty much like riding a Greyhound. I call it taking a bus with wings. That's like flying an ultra low cost carrier, man. US Air, definitely. They were they kind of paved the way for that. It was cramped cabins for sure. Why not fly real time? Because I'm tired of looking at just whatever bright sunny days. A little sunset flight is nice. We could walk it back if you guys want to walk it back. Why are the ailerons down on the ground? Because there's no hydraulic power to keep them rigid. So they're held in their neutral position with hydraulic pressure. When you're on the ground, the engines are off. They're gonna sag. And different airplanes, just honestly, it depends on the tail number of the airplane. Different airplanes will droop faster than others. There's really nothing you can do to change it. Now, I was going to say, during engine start, if you watch, as soon as you start engines, you'll see the ailerons pick up to the neutral position. Richard said, hey, hi there, V1 is Airbus, hi there, V1 Sim, is the Airbus A32NX the way you want it, or is it still needs a fix? Hey, I would like to see continued improvements. I think that's where they're going. You know, for VNAV, definitely like to see that. Like we're not getting a TOD. Actually, we are. We're getting a TOD up there by Cran or Fran. Obviously, like to see that. I haven't messed with the VNAV really since the last update. So what do we got? We've got. Well, maybe it's Tibrin. At or above 240. Cocktail between 19 and 16. Should all be in the box. I'm going out to 26. So I'd like to see that. You know, I'd like to see a secondary flight plan function eventually. But as far as going A to B, I enjoy it. I really do. Dimitri, a lot of folks don't know the amount of automation in the Embraer E-Jets, rivals if not more. Dimitri, you're absolutely right. In fact, the E-Jet was the last airplane I flew before going to the Airbus, and honestly, the E-Jet is more advanced than the Airbus, and it's a much newer airframe too. I think what, early 2000s? It's an early 2000 design concept. Airbus is still 80s tech, definitely still 80s tech. So the Embraer can do things, can do everything the Airbus can as far as, you know, FMS stuff, and actually had a little bit more. Now a lot of that is changing with FMS2 coming in the Airbus, but the biggest thing I loved about the Embraers was the vertical profile. So your ND or your map screen here was basically split by about a third. So the bottom third was a profile view of your flight plan, and it had a green line projected out of the nose of the airplane, and that was your current flight path angle and where your airplane was. So when you started down on a VNAV path, or you started down on a constraint, they said, hey, cross Fletcher at 250, you could see that if you were at proper, that green line would intersect Fletcher right at 250, and it would actually draw the step downs. And it was very intuitive, so you could instantaneously look at your ND, be like, yeah, we're on profile, or wow, we're high, or wow, we're getting low on profile. Very, very easy to use. And that was one of the, it sounds stupid, but that was one of the biggest things. I was like, wow, I got to remember how to do the 3-to-1 rule again. I got to remember how to do math again, because you don't have all that stuff anymore. But I think a lot of that will be changing with FMS too. So. Okay, so we've got that. Let's pull out the approach. I'm going to pin that one and approach for 26 left. ILS 26 left. We're going to pin you as well. And let's make this one big here. So 111.5, 259 final. Relands at 3,800 on slope, 3,800 feet. The DA for us is 2269. So let's go down here. Let's start setting this up. Let's go KLAS. Let's actually get the winds. I'm going to do that here real quick. You know what? Let's do the winds first. And then we might do another visual one right, because how was that visual last time, huh? How awesome was that? Let's do a weather request. And I don't want SFO anymore. I just want Las Vegas and Phoenix. We'll send that off. I got a pole coming at you here. I'm going to let the pole run for 2 minutes. So you got 2 minutes, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do on the poll. Let's see what the weather did. There's our company message, receive messages. New Las Vegas, 2:30 at 15, gust 27. Yeah, let's land 2:30 at 15. Yeah, we'll probably just land 2.6. Ooh, Peyton, XP has a poll for next leg. He's doing 2 legs. Should we do 2 legs? Should we follow XP? Let's see if we do a quick turn. Tell him he needs to wait for our arrival. Do a quick turn. We'll all go together. No, he probably doesn't want to wait up that leg. I mean, heck, I'm on call, so I can't. I mean, I'm either going to sit around at home, or I can sit here and stream with you guys all night. I'm on call till midnight, so I got nothing else going on. We've got 2 minutes on the poll here. What are your GPU temps now, V1? Do you do any custom cooling? It's all stock, Fubar. Let me pull it up right now. Let me pull up the temperatures. Normally been monitoring them. Don't have it up right now. But right now, Fubar, I'm running 63C on the GPU at 45% utilization. CPU is running at 47% utilization, which I know doesn't mean much with the whatever, but yeah, GPU is 64 degrees Celsius. I tell you this, what was interesting, I got into X-Plane 11 today with X Enviro, cranked it all the way up. My GPU was 98% utilization, 99% utilization, and running in the mid 70s on temperature. It's like, whoa. And it didn't look as good as this. I feel like we're getting high, but we're gonna see what we do. Use an Apple Watch? No, I don't really. My wife had one for a while. I actually got one for her a while back. All right, here we go. I'm gonna close the poll in 1 second. All right, we're gonna do nighttime it is. We're gonna keep the current time.
Subscriber.
Thank you for the subscribe, Daniel Nobre. Appreciate that. I'll be curious to see what Flight Tampa Vegas looks like here too. So I'm going to do this just like I would in real life. We'll see if we get high or not. So 5 miles prior to top of descent, I'm going to push for manage descent. And let's go ahead and get, oh, I didn't print that out, did I? Let's print that out. 5 miles prior, we'll start down. You can see Vegas on the horizon. That was open GL, correct, Fubar. That was open. I have not done Vulcan yet. Captain McGee at 3080 around 70, but I don't have the AC on. Yeah, so my room, the air conditioning here in the office is about set at 75 degrees. I do have a big fan I did bring into the office, and I have it running behind my computer because my computer is actually in a bad spot. It sits in a corner. So I've got that fan blowing behind the computer, the whole tower, to kind of move all that air out of there. All right, we'll print that. Let's go here, perf, next. Let's see, peak wind 250 at 2.8. Good night. We're gonna be in for a nice little landing here. 29 or 5.8. Temperature is 3.3. 2.6 left. Minimums are 22.69. So is there a way to stop your view from shifting? So I know, like, it's almost like you have FS realistic or something. Like when the airplane turns, like the view kind of moves. Oh man, I'm late. TOD reach. Here we go. Thrust idle descent. Let's see how it does. Nose and over. Dimitri says, between open descent and managed descent, what is your style? Dimitri, this is what I tell guys that come to the Airbus brand new as well too. There's you can ask 10 different pilots and you might get 10 different answers on this. But I'll tell you what my style is and why after this announcement.
We have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
So, Dimitri, below 10,000 feet on a descending clearance, 90% of the time I am always pulling for open descent. Now, if the other 10%, I might do a vertical speed if I'm trying to slow down at the same time, where then I'll set vertical speed to 1,000 and I'll have the full speed brakes out. That way I can try to slow down and go down. But that's only about 10% of the time. So below 10,000, descending or climbing, not on a star or a SID, I'm in open descent or open climb. Above 10,000 feet, I like to use managed. Now, even if you're not on a VNAV path, if you press for managed descent or just descent mode, the airplane will automatically give you 1,000 feet per minute until it intercepts the VNAV path, to then which it will descend at the rate that is required for it to meet its VNAV constraints. So above 10,000 feet, I like to push it, whether it's a climb at 1,000 feet per minute. Now, if I'm climbing, let's say we're at 14,000, they say climb to flight level 290, open climb all the way, because that's the most efficient way to get up there. But on descent, I will use about a 50-50 mix of vertical speed. Well, I guess, how would you divide it into thirds? It's about a third equally. Open, pushing for 1,000 feet per minute on the descent mode, and the other third would be vertical speed mode. It's just kind of situational. But below 10,000, just open climb. Open climb, open descent below 10. Above 10, it kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're only going to go down 1,000 feet, you know, you might as well just dial in vertical speed 300, you know, and just kind of trickle down. V1, I think XP-72 is aircraft in front of it. You can see the lights. Is that him? He's descending to Barron, huh? I think he's a little bit in front of us. After this song, we'll kill the music. Cocktail is 1-9 and 16. Actually, we're probably going to kill the music now. We gotta. Let's kill that. Let's bring up the sim a little bit. I think we're going to get a little bit low or a little bit behind here. Let's go speed brake. 100% open descent. There's nothing wrong with open descent, man. The only thing is, you know, if you're at like 2.5, or you see you're cruising, you know, mid-30s, and they say descend and maintain 240, because that's your typical descent clearance, because that's the low sector controller. He's controlling 24 and below. If you just pull straight for open, it's kind of abrupt, I guess. I mean, the engines go boom. They come back to idle, and the airplane just starts to nose over. Now, if ATC says, "Hey, give me your best rate," of course, open descent is your best rate. But it's kind of nice to just push it and kind of let the airplane trickle down first. You know, it's less abrupt. Richland, does it sound like XP's channel? Well, so Richland, that song I actually pulled for one of my Dominican streams. We're going down to the Dominican Republic. Or not the Dominican. Yeah. No. Where'd we go? Not the Dominican. Was it the... Where the hell... Where'd we go? Jamaica. Jeez. It was for my Jamaica flight. So I searched for some Jamaica music. Yeah, so we're a little high over Cocktail. Let's see if we can catch up to it. Is there a magenta banana on any Airbus? No, but in FMS2 you do have a vertical descent donut. Thank you, Elena. It was Jamaica. Yep. Have I been involved in beta testing for the Phoenix? I have not. I asked many moons ago. I think they told me they were full or whatever back then. So, but no, I am not part of that. Which sucks, because I'd love to have a bunch of videos ready to go for you when it releases, but I will do my due diligence. Try to get as many as I can out when it releases. I already entered destination data. 2958, really? Damn, 2958. That'll make a difference. 2958 is set. Which is 1002. That's down there. We're still showing about 1,000 feet high on their vertical speed. So we are in Unicom. We are Las Vegas traffic, American 357. We're just over Zelda. On the Cocktail 1R now, we're setting up for 26 on the left, Vegas. We're catching up to it. We're going to ride that speed break down a little bit. It's definitely a little bit sketch coming down here into Vegas without terrain on. This is actually a terrain required airport. Tony 2 times says, I gotta say, V1, how do you balance pilot life, sim life, and married life? I'm newly engaged and still learning the balancing act. Tony 2 times. It's it is. There's a lot of balancing, my friend. You'll learn from trial and error. That's it. Trial and error.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm surprised that Boeing has shocks. Phoenix release days after the sim update 9 hotfix. Awesome. Hopefully it's not the week that my buddy has a wedding, because that would be really sad. We're finally catching up. Dion is at 12,000. We're riding the speed breakdown. Of course Southwest will take whiskey to the gate. I wouldn't expect anything else. I'll admit I'm more excited for the Phoenix release over the PMDG since I own PMDG aircraft X. Yeah, I mean, I'm more excited for the Phoenix because it's, number one, it's a new company. I've never owned anything from them before, and because it's an Airbus. I mean, you know, Airbus and Boeing, I know we joke a lot about it on this channel, you know, Airbus greater than Boeing, Boeing greater than Airbus, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they're two very capable aircraft. They compete for the same market, and they both execute the same market pretty well. You could argue, you know, one has an advantage over the other, you could then argue on the flip side where the other one would have an advantage over the other one. So they are very evenly matched, but at the end of the day, Airbus is better than Boeing. So. Wow! Wow! Look at that! 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 Screenshot. Left Windows print screen for me because I don't know how to take a screenshot in this sim. Oh my word! Oh my word! Now we gotta hit the like button. I know we got 193 watching, 160-ish likes. Thank you guys. That's awesome. If you haven't already, I mean, hit the like button for that beam of light right there, huh? Goodness. Exactly, when you get both with the 310. Kool-Aid, Fitzgerald, you're right. All my members in chat, I need some MSFS Kool-Aid right now. All my members in chat, look at this Kool-Aid.
Vegas traffic, United 705 mile final, 19 right, Vegas.
Look at this frickin' Kool-Aid. Are you kidding me? This looks so real, guys. I'm telling you right now, from my perspective as an Airbus captain, I've done this exact route, this exact star at night, except I don't have a V1 coffee cup here. I probably got a Starbucks cup or whatever I got. But seeing the little nav lights out here, that's typically coming in on the arrival, Southwest, that strip down there, this is about as real as it gets. I mean, this is,
yep, we're on the base, about to
this is honestly blowing my mind a little bit.
Vegas.
With my chart right here, I mean, this is, my word, this is something else. That's why you voted at night. I'm glad we stayed with the night. This is
Vegas traffic,
Flight
United
Tampa
1926. We're left downwind for runway 26 left.
You should finish the destination data. Did I not finish it? I thought I did. We're getting traffic alerts here. We're at a 9,000. Let's go ahead and let's fly the airplane. I know we want to look at all this juice. My word, it's amazing. Did you hear the lights coming out? The little drag sound? Oh my god.
As Vegas traffic, take to Papa. That's
You're freaking kidding me?
That Foxtrot holding short 19 right.
I mean, are you freaking kidding me or what, guys? Is this real life? Am I actually at work right now? I'm actually at work.
Vegas traffic, go.
Nah, we're doing 2-6. We're doing 2-6 because of the wind, Dimitri.
Vegas traffic, making 476. We're maneuvering for 100 left. We're going to slide behind Southwest 143 Vegas traffic.
Yeah, you slide away. Vegas traffic, America 357 on downwind, 2-6 left.
Oh yeah, welcome to the party.
All right, let's go ahead and select speed.
Where'd everybody come from?
Let's go ahead and extend flaps 1.
Portland, the bar, San Fran.
What is traffic on final for 19 or right or left?
Flaps 1 is out. And I'm going to do a couple other things here. Since we got a lot of traffic, what did I not complete? Oh, winds. 230.
Traffic, Southwest 143, final 1 on the right 5 mile out.
230 at 15. Progress page, perf's already been activated. We already flew through it. Speed out star. We're at 210 knots. Vegas traffic, America 357 at 8,000, just over Bourbon, setting up for the base leg, 2-6 left.
Was that over bourbon or drinking bourbon?
Both.
Roger that.
Vegas traffic 97 Phil, vacated 19 right, uniform, and we'll be holding short 19 left, Whiskey Vegas.
Any other traffic landing 19 right?
So he's on downwind.
Alright, let's take his traffic. If no traffic is landing 19 right, fix the Papa Delta Saloon is landing up 19 right.
You have Vegas United 1926 over Bourbon. We're going to make a base turn for 26 left behind the American in front of us, Vegas.
So whoever this guy is,
That was 5429 on, well, right over Hobbs at 5600.
let's go ahead and
19 left, right.
we're going to descend and maintain 6,000. Just throttle open descent. Let me get the record ready.
Yeah, biggest traffic, Vegas 476. We're turning left for 19 left, 2 minor final behind southwest.
Last call, the Vegas traffic was landing on 19 right.
Now I lost that guy that was out in front of us. Let's go ahead and start the turn.
In that case, Las Vegas traffic to Papa, 6 is Papa Delta Saloon is taking off 19 right, no delay.
Vegas traffic, American 357, turn at base 26 left. All right, let's get the tiller cam up. Where is the recorder? I've got that standing by.
This is Papa Delta, good luck with the departure.
Roger that, thank you.
Might be cutting somebody off. Can't tell. Keep coming left.
Las Vegas traffic stop for 5429 turning. Base for final. 19 right.
Vegas traffic. Is anybody on final for 26 left? I see someone out there on TKS.
Oh, just me lined up on
All right, Vegas traffic, American 357. We're about 5 miles from Shand, turning final 26 left out of 6,000 Vegas. All right, let's keep it coming all the way around.
And Southwest 143 vacated on the left.
Let's go ahead and go low. I want to just capture
Vegas
the
United
low.
1926, left base 26
Lope
left,
star.
Vegas.
All right, let's just go ahead and double it
Vegas
all up.
traffic 19 right.
Approach,
Vacated,
AP2,
high speed climb.
glide slope blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2.
476, clear of 19 left, following southwest of the gate, Vegas traffic.
Vegas traffic, American 357 on final, 26 left, 4 outside of Shand.
Vegas traffic southwest 5429 on short final runway 19 right.
So, I actually have landed in Vegas before on Unicom. Speed brake out. Let's go ahead and slow it up here. It's weird, when I go tiller cam, I get this yellow box around my
Vegas
sim.
United 1926, turn in final 26 left, Vegas.
Lopes captured.
Come on, Phoenix, we got you. We're gonna try.
All right, let's go gear down. Before I do that, let's go ahead and start the recording. Record is on. Gear down. I got the speed brake.
Vegas traffic 970 crossing runway 19 left, Whiskey to them
So I got a button on the underside of my tiller. That's why I got the. That's why I keep putting my hand over there. All right, there we go. There's VFE next, -10, flaps 2. And let's go ahead and stow the brakes. We'll go ahead and arm them as well. Vegas traffic, American 357 on the final, just outside of Reland, 26 left Vegas. Hold on, I got people texting me.
And Vegas traffic southwest 5429, clear runway 19 right at uniform.
All right,
Vegas
autopilot
traffic 970 clear all runways, taxi around Vegas, final call.
Let's hand fly this sucker.
2,500.
Well, flaps to 180. Field elevation is 20. Call it 2,200 feet. So 2,200, 40, 200. Yeah, we need to start slowing up. FBW minus 10. Flaps 3. So we're looking to be stable at about 3,200. We'll zoom in a little bit for you. FBW minus 10, flaps full.
Looks like it's traffic. Southwest 5429 going to be taxiing to the gates via
Landing checklist, cabin crew advised, auto thrust, speed, ECAM memo, landing, all green. The landing checklist is complete. We are clear to land, down to land. Let's do this. I forgot I was hand flying there for a second.
Vegas traffic 1926, 10 mile final, runway 26 left, Vegas.
Vegas traffic Delta 1P097 heavy departing runway 26 right.
1,000.
Yeah, the lag you're seeing is probably coming from the encoder because there's zero lag on for me. I still got a mess. I haven't changed my encoder settings at all yet. I've been wanting to do that on like a private member stream because I got to do some testing with it. I think I'm going to switch my encoder to the GPU instead of the CPU.
Vegas traffic.
I can tell you from.
Going to be holding short for the cross.
Why is the glide slope way off here?
500.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get away from the glide slope. I'm going to go flight directors off because that's not right.
400.
Give me the bird in chat because I don't know what that glide slope's all about. That thing will fly you into the ground. Look at that. There's no way that glide slope is right. So we're birding it down now.
200. 100 above. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10, 5.
Spoilers. Back on the center line, rookie. Reverse green. E-cell, manual brakes. We'll go to the next one. $70 knots.
Vegas United 1926, 4 mile final, 26 left, Vegas.
Whew, that was the juice, my friends. That was the juice. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now, so we have that. Let's go ahead and hold short.
Delta 5297 heavy, clear 1 clear 2, right departing ES, dropping to departure. Vegas.
Vegas traffic, American 357, we're clear. Runway 26 left, holding short, 26 right. So we're not going to reconfigure. Let's take a look, see what's happening out here. It looks clear. Vegas traffic, American 357, we're going to cross 26 right at Alpha 7. Let's go ahead and cross. We're going to keep the airplane completely configured the way it was. Let me just do another visual sweep. Does look clear. XP's going to San Diego. Ooh. Dimitri, with this airplane, I get a little bit of that still. You're not wrong. I won't deny it. It does feel a tad bit raily. But what's ironic, and maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I thought the Leonardo felt very raily, especially in the pitch column there. So I don't know. But yeah, Dimitri, you're right. It's not as fluid, especially low to the ground, like we have in X-Plane. You're absolutely right.
Vegas United 1926, turning off a 26 left at Alpha 5, holding short of 26 right.
We're here. We made it.
Vegas United 1945, line up runway 26 right.
Should we go to San Diego? Should we go to San Diego? I don't know. Yeah, Fubar, you're right. We're approaching landing with the 32NX. Yeah, we got to go all the way to the end of it. We got to go to Christopher's gate. Christopher, I got to go all the way to the satellite, like D, right? That's where you're working. We're doing 26 knots here. San Diego real time. San Diego real time. I'll reload the sim real time in the Airbus. Real time, San Diego. Join the conga line. Alright, we'll do it. What the hell? I ain't going anywhere. How fast can you take a high-speed exit off the runway? It depends. It depends. I mean, I'd like seeing less than 40 knots, you know, depending on the angle of the high speed. Ideally, 30 knots is like kind of my limit. Because once you cross and you're doing 30 knots on a taxiway, the airplane's going to tattletale on you. But yeah, you could start to make that turn. But yeah, between 30 and 40 knots.
Vegas United 1926, crossing 26 right at Alpha 5. Vegas.
What's up, Delta?
Vegas traffic, runway 26 right, located.
All right, we're going to turn left over here, and then we'll go into these gates. If the winds allow, do the loc approach on 27. Dimitri, you know what sucks is they've actually removed the loc approaches now because of FMS2. Like from our company books anyway, we're no longer doing locs anymore because we can do F-loc and all that stuff. So the old school way of FPA is gone, but we will still do it if the winds allow. Dimitri, just for old time's sake, I will try to remember how. Look at these taxis. Look, stop the show here. Look at this. Look at how these lights are reflecting on the ground, because they're covered so you don't see them on the edges, because these are omnidirectional centerline lights or low-vis taxi lights, and you can actually see the beam of light where the actual glass is. That is stupid. That's stupid. Kool-Aid's in chat. Now I'm stuck because I stopped and it's Microsoft. Gosh, this sim sucks. Just kidding. But Dimitri, yeah, we'll see if we can do it. All right, we got to find a ramp here. A little bit of stutter coming in here. Now this is hey, if any scenery is going to bring my 3090 to its knees, it's probably going to be Fly Tampa Vegas. I mean, look at the amount of freaking lights are being rendered in right now. This is unbelievable. I think there's an open gate right there. Let's do that. I'm going to go in ghost mode. Let's take this gate right here. It's in front of us. We're just going to cut across the pad. And I don't want to shut down because I want to see the replay. Or should we not do? Should we just shut down and not do the replay because it's nighttime anyway? Tell me. Oh yeah, right on the center line. Ooh, I feel like we're going to hit this guy's wing over here. Maybe not. Wish we had marshallers though. Brake set. Helmet on. I want to see the replay too, Richard. Let's do it. Let's go config. I think we were at config 2 when we started the replay. So I'm going to set that to config 2, and we're going to go into replay mode. So I'm going to disconnect from that sim. I'm going to put you guys into replay mode. Oh, you can get it if you contact ground via ATC menu? Nice, dude. Did not know that. All right, let's watch. Just take a look at this replay. Oh my goodness. We're gonna watch one, like, interesting engine situation there. We'll watch one, like, full-length replay. Oh, we don't need to get sail up just yet. Let's enjoy the views here. Has anybody, this is kind of this is gonna be random. I talked about it before on stream, but I don't remember. But as the flaps are coming out, many years ago, there was a YouTube video about FSX, and I think it was the Ariane 737 night landing in Las Vegas, maximum graphics. And they did a landing, I think, opposite a 2.6, so it would be like 7s or 8s, whatever it is. And they had the whole video, and I remember I used to watch that video over and over thinking that is the most realistic thing I've ever seen. I wonder if it's still on YouTube. I'm going to have to see if I can look it up. But does that ring a bell to anybody who, you know, who flew this sim? Or who's in chat, I should say? Because that's all I think about now when I'm coming in here. Richland, you got total IMC in the sand. Ooh, dude, full-blown lope for real there. Cat 3 design sold out of everything. Hey man, I mean, it sucks if you didn't get on it, but I'm really glad to hear that, because Cat 3 design, they're just pilots. I mean, they were pilots in Australia, hadn't flown for almost over a year during COVID, picked it up as a second job, so I'm glad they were able to get it. Let's go outside for a second. Oh my goodness, look at that. Print screen. None shall pass. Awesome, dude. You get through the 146 today? Good deal, man. Good deal. Yeah, so I could see a little bit of stutter in the encoding software, or my OBS. I wonder if I do this. Let me go, I wonder if that'll clean it up. I'm going to put that in performance mode over there. Look at that. How does standard Vegas look? I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know. I installed this one, and then I'm not going to uninstall it to look. I didn't think it was awful. I think I did 1 or 2 flights in there. But look, you can kind of see some like haze off the strobe light. I like the windows. I wish the window was a little bit more forward, but the window just, this is full immersion right here. Holy crap. This looks good. Thank you, Steve. Welcome. Rex, I want to say it was at dusk. I'll take a look at it when I reload the sim here. I want to say it was at dusk. Ooh, baby, yes, sir. And then I don't know why I went all off the center line like an amateur there, but let me pause it. Let me back it up just a little bit. Ooh, that sounded bad. And then let's watch one from the outside here.
100.
Trying to find a good view. Yeah, right here, you know, I get that little bit of a rail feeling. Oh my! That was a zero. That was a butter. That was a butter. Welcome to Las Vegas, my friends. One more touchdown view there, and then I'm going to reload. Nice little crosswind we came in on too. Oh, that was just a kiss. That was just a kiss. One buttery croissant, indeed. All right, guys. We are going to go to San Diego. So I'm going to do a quick reset here. I'm going to reload the sim, get us set up on the gate real time this time, real time. So we'll be flying into the sunset, a real time second leg over to San Diego. We're going to get on the conga line with XP72. Hey, if you've never heard of XP72, check them out. X-Plane72. Give them a like. Tell them I said hi. And we're going to join the conga line behind him tonight. So let's do it. What the heck? I'll be right back, guys. Give me about 5 minutes to reload the sim. If I can find it on... there it is. All right. See ya. Well, what is up? We are back. We are loading. We're real time, real weather now. We're reconnected to the sim here. I've got the airplane on pretty much turnaround state. Check out these animations. I love that. Love everybody getting loaded up here. XP's legend? Yes, he is, Mr. Martini. 100% certified bona fide legend. All right. Every time I hear the soundtrack on V1 streams, I can't help think it was written for Airbus. Very electronic. Yeah, Kevin, you know what, Kevin? I'm glad you said that because that's how that's honestly how I felt. I was like, this is a good vibe, kind of like an electro, Airbus-y, upbeat little move. So glad you pointed that out because that's kind of what I was going for. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here we are, American 357 continuing service on to San Diego. So I went through the cockpit here, turned up my screens, I already got the ADIRs in a line, kind of put the aircraft on a turnaround state. So turnaround state, we don't do this very often on stream, but it's pretty simple. Airplane is, we do our same flows. We come up here, we just verify everything else is on. Nav light should be there. That still stays off. Everything else is good. This is a through flight, so we don't have to retest the APU and the engine fires. We don't skip all of that. Basically, the biggest part now is coming back down here to the box and getting our flight plan uplinked. So let's go AOC initialization. Let's get the new init data, which is Las Vegas, San Diego. Beautiful. Let's go init request. We're going to pull that flight plan, flight number in use. Yeah, it's my flight number. 6, I don't think so. We're going to do 85 on the cost index. AAL 357. And if it's in use, what we'll do is 357 alpha. Iris init, align on ref. Should align on ref. Cool. 320. Interesting flight plan there. Let's go fetch from server. We're doing the radar 2 level a lucky 1. So we're going to go Las Vegas departures. 26 right for departure. 26 right. Level transition to the lucky 1. Wait, what? Oh, radar 2. LMNO PQR. Radier. Level. Execute that. San Diego, Dimitri's requesting the LOC 27. We will load that up. LOC 27 on the lucky 1. Lucky 1. And do we take it from Lindy? We'll take it from Lindy. Level. Insert. Beautiful. That is set. Let's go ahead and start the boarding process. Captain, are you ready to board? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We are ready to board. Weight and balance. I'm going to pull that here. I love how intuitive this is. I absolutely love it. Wow, we got 161 people. We better start boarding now. Start the boarding process. Let's go to the EFB. Where's my flight plan? What do we need for fuel? Gate fuel, we need 9.6. Alternate of LA. So let's go to the fuel truck. Wait, we have 20,000 on board? Oh no, we have 8. Oh, we have 8 on board. So I'm going to load up just an even... For traffic, because I know how XP72 and conga lines are, we're going to do a real-time load to 11.3. About 2 minutes there to load that up. That's coming. That should be good. That is set. Everything else is good. We're boarding. Beautiful. 2-leg stream? Yeah, Andre, why not, man? I ain't got nothing. I'm on call tonight. So if I'm going to be on call, I might as well hang out with you guys here in the chat. Just go ahead and kind of get some of the brightness up here. Sometimes the shadows, you need a little integral lighting. Cool. Right. I don't think we have any ATC on. So we're going to set our top altitude. 290. This bird has come a long way. Yeah, Tony, 2 times. It's come a long way, man. I got to say, without this fly-by-wire 320, I don't know if I would have been sticking around Microsoft Flight Sim for a while. I mean, I really don't, because this is the airplane that kept me in the sim, on all honesty. So there's a lot to be said about that. I'm going to see if I can get my overlay to work for you guys here. I don't know why it doesn't want to load up. Like FSU IPC is not loading or whatever. Kevin says, absolutely sure. I have a habit of throwing that song on sometimes when you go stereo cockpit. Hit the hammer on the nail with that one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, they're doing their things. Let's go constraint mode. Let's get the current weather. Let's do a weather request. Let's pull it all. So from, I got a transponder 2000. Got a PDC clearance. Cool. Let's go back here. Received METAR 330 at 15, guts 2729 or 58. Two niner. Taking a while to switch. There it is. 2958. 1002. That is set. Did I ever get my hands on the PMDG? I have not. Delta, you got me, man. You got me. I thought that was PDC that actually came through. I was kind of nervous. I was like, uh-oh. Looks like a beautiful night in San Diego. We'll go to the init B page. Are we done fueling yet? We do. 11.3. So let's go ahead and get our fuel tank pumps on. We'll prime the APU. Seatbelt sign can come on now. And what we also want to do, we want to make sure the fuel is balanced, right? So we have balanced fuel. That is good. And it's 11.3. So block fuel is 11.3 is set. The initialization does have our alternate. We're going up to 290. Is that what I filed? Screw it. We'll go all the way to 32. 32 is fine. 320. That's done. Everything looks good up there. So we're just waiting on our boarding. We'll keep that page up like that. I'm going to go 320 up there, and let's go ahead and start the APU. What all happens when you turn the APU master switch? How long should you have it on before starting the APU? Elena, great question. This has been a hot topic for a while. Basically, it used to be once you turn it on, you had to wait for the flap open message to deploy. Now, with newer software loads, theoretically, if you just turn it on, wait 5 seconds, and hit the APU start, the APU will start when it is ready. The reason we used to wait for the flap open message, which the flap is located here under the tail cone, right here, the APU is conducting a series of self-tests and power-on tests and, most importantly, an oil level check. Now, if you were to start the APU before the oil level check was completed, you would never know if your APU was getting to the low oil limit until it was too late, and then the APU would do an auto shutdown. So the rule used to be wait until the flap open message was on, and then press the APU start button. Now, there's two main brands of APU. There's the Sunstrand, and I think there's two, I think it's Sunstrand and maybe Honeywell. There's two versions of APU on the Airbus. Our fleet has both of them, so it depends on which one you're in. But the rule of thumb now is give it at least 5 to 10 seconds. I typically wait until the flap open message comes on, and then I hit the start button. But yeah, we used to be waiting for that flap open message. Is there no sound from the sim? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. There wasn't. It was off.
Vegas traffic, southwest 20 up to 6, taxiway Bravo. Bravo 1, hold right.
Should be on now.
26 right.
Sorry, guys.
Vegas traffic.
Alright, so he's going. He's ready to go. We'll go ahead and get rid of them. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. APU is online. We'll go ahead and turn that off. We'll get the bleed on. Get some air running. Sorry, but yeah, there was no sound. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my bad.
Traffic, is there anybody departing on the other runway?
Let's go ahead and pre-plan our pushback while we're sitting here.
Not yet.
Thank you. Yeah, Elena, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. We're gonna go straight back.
Vegas traffic southwest, Devon, taxi, runway 26 right, Bravo 5, Bravo, Vegas.
Love hearing those fans kick on. I mean, sounds so real.
Here, party bus 1, departing runway 19er left. Vegas traffic.
2958, 2958. I guess we can look at our departure procedure. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Raider 2 RNAV.
Vegas traffic southwest 1014, about a 20-mile final for runway 19 left.
We're going to go off 26 right, left turn out, all the way to radar out above 13,000. No special restrictions on the SID. There is a special complex engine out procedure, but we're not going to worry about that today in this departure procedure. But in real life, there's absolutely a single engine precaution we got to look into. Right now, we're just waiting for boarding to complete, this is the typical airline pilot scenario right here, where everything is done in the box, we're fueled up, bags are loaded. We are literally just waiting for passengers to finish boarding. There's everybody taxiing to 26. The plane does not have a full cabin.
Yeah, it was.
Just confirmed. $69 for the PMDG. That's awesome. I think that's a very, very fair price. Have I flown to Bogota? I have. Since it is such high altitude, do you toga or flex? One, that will depend a lot on the actual temperature, outside air temperature, and the payload of the aircraft. More often than not, it's toga though. But I have done some flex out of there one. But again, it will depend on the load of the aircraft and the outside air temperature. Is that XP right there? And it should be on a Boeing, but I don't think there is. I gotta get the AIG model matching for sure. Captain Dennis, what's up, man? Says I'm a $700 pilot. I'm looking for a job somewhere, but I don't know if I get any application applied back to me. What should I do for load time? That's a tough one, man. You know, what do they want for that? ATP, you need like 1,200 hours. Cargo, 135. 135 cargo is always a good option. That's what I did. 135 cargo. What else could you do? You know, you could do some. You could do instructing. I don't know if you have a CFI or not, but I do. Looking at cargo, EMS, 135 ops. Eric Christopherson, welcome to Private Pilot, sir. Exclamation point! Welcome for your new perks here on the chat. Glad to have
And Vegas traffic, spare runway 420, lining up. 26 right.
See, is everybody closed up? Yep, everybody's closed up outside. We're just waiting for boarding. So we will fly this like go home way. As soon as the doors shut, we're pushing. We can sit here and watch all the traffic. Look at that alley giant out there. Aerial survey, there you go, aerial survey, that's one. I'm trying to think. Did I say banner towing? I don't know if that really is a thing anymore, but yeah, aerial survey. I think when I was going to my first regional, there was a gentleman in our class that's what he did. He did aerial survey, flying grid squares around. What are those lines on the underside of the rear fuselage? Underside of the rear. Right here? I actually do not know. That's where a tail strike would typically occur. There and right up here. I do not have a good answer for you, man. I don't believe they are on our aircraft, on all of them anyway. It's been, I'm being completely honest with you, Chris, it's been a while since I've done a pre-flight. Like actually walk around the airplane as a captain. I typically let the FOs do that, so I'll tell you this much, it's not on our recurrent training walk-around study guide. But I imagine maybe it outlines the pressure bulkhead or something. Sounds like a baby in the cockpit.
Trying to deal with the baby too.
That's illegal.
What must have gotten annoyed.
You're looking at Ryanair in Alaska?
Vegas traffic.
Ooh, yeah. That's definitely probably an option.
Lining up on runway 26 right.
Vegas traffic, spare wings 420, taking off runway 26 right. RNAV.
It's painted like a test aircraft, Chris.
Rudy,
Yeah.
due west.
That might be it. That might be it, man. That might be it. All right, let's go ahead and see.
Southwest 1014
where we're at.
established on a localizer for runway 19 left.
Almost done. Let's do this. Come on, as soon as boarding is complete, we're going to shut the door and get out of here.
Boarding completed.
Beautiful. Thank you much. All right, here we go. Door forward. Let's close it. Get the jet bridge out of here. Let's get the beacon on.
Flight attendants, arm doors.
Cool. Below the line, windows, doors, and slides, closing arm, beacon on, thrust levers, idle, parking brake. It is on for now. 4-star checklist is complete. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard
Captain,
our
you're clear to
flight.
start. Roger,
We're just
starting
wrapping up
engine
some
1.
paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important
Once
safety
again, we'd
briefing.
like to
We
welcome
do
you
ask
on
that you
board.
give
Your
them your
safety is
full,
our top
undivided
priority.
attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Insert the flat metal edge into the buckle and pull on the strap to tight. To release, just lift the top flap of the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened low and tight across your lap, even when the seatbelt sign is off, and have it visible to the crew at all times. Your life vest is in a pouch under your seat. If instructed by the crew, tear open the pouch, remove the vest, and pull it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Secure the buckle and pull the strap tight. As you exit the aircraft, replace the vest by pulling down firmly on the red tab or blowing into the tube.
Cody, I don't know what you're talking
A
about.
locator light on the shoulder will turn on automatically in water, and remember, never place your vest inside the aircraft. This Airbus A320 is 8 emergency exits, 2 doors in the front, 4 window exits over the wing, then 2 doors in the back.
Can you bring a guest on your first training flight? I think that would depend on who you work for, man. I don't know. I do not know. Good start on 1. We're going to go ahead and start 2. Let's go ahead and turn 2, baby.
Remember, it may be behind you.
Biggest traffic, Southwest 7, so we'll be landing
If
on
there is a
emergency
change
because
in
behind is
cabin
departing
pressure,
traffic.
4 oxygen masks will drop from overhead. Firmly pull the mask towards you to start your flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic bands around your head, and tighten the straps on both sides.
Super quick flight. Right over to Vegas.
Biggest traffic, Southwest 6 takes off runway 26
I will let you know when it's no
right.
longer needed. We'll be passing through the cabin to make sure we are ready for departure. You can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened.
Southwest
Your seatback is up right, your
1014
seatbelt is stowed, and all
July
your handles are put away.
4th.
If you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, please don't hesitate to ask.
Southwest 632, taxiing to 26 right, via Bravo.
Why do I have hot air balloons? Oh, I thought those were hot air balloons. Jeez. Jeez. I thought those were hot air balloons. Alright, here we go. Waiting for the avail light. We never really wait for engine start up here like we would in real life. There's click. There's the avail. Boom. Boom. We're doing, oh, we never set our perf takeoff. We're going to do a flaps 1 though. Let me come over here. We go perf and NIT B. Got to do that. Flaps 1. Saratoga. 133.
Vegas traffic,
137.
cleared wing 430 to
129.
10,000 on the flight time. See you in San Diego.
Brakes off. Lights on. APU's coming down. Let's roll.
Vegas traffic, Southwest 429, Pushback, Charlie.
There goes XP, I think.
And Vegas traffic, just advised, had a wind shear on takeoff, Southwest 2806.
I'm surprised that Boeing stayed airborne.
Made of bolts and nuts, man, but it stays airborne.
Alright, we're going to slide in behind this guy over here.
Traffic, Frontier 1138, taxiing runway 26, ranked for departure by Charlie and Bravo.
Definitely getting a little bit of frame hit here. Little frame here. A little bit of a frame hit. Oh, let's get the yoke cam off of it. Whoa. One thing, well, there's a couple things I dislike, but like if I do anything in OBS or in my second monitor, it will trigger over in Microsoft Flight Sim too. Like if I try to mouse wheel scroll something over there on the second monitor, it starts zooming this screen here. No AIG traffic. I don't have AIG traffic yet. That's something I might do later on. But this is a runway here where you're not careful. We're going to heat up the brakes, so I got to be very careful on the brake pedals. Man, these textures though. Look at those look at those taxiway textures. Flight Tampa coming through.
Vegas traffic, Southwest 712 departing runway 26 right, radar 2, Vegas.
Hot air balloons, courtesy of NVIDIA for getting exactly, Kevin. It's like, what is that? The cams are broken.
Vegas over here is just 3521, landing up runway 26 right after the departing.
What's up with that? Oh, hold on. Stand by. Hey here. Thank you, buddy. Now we're back at it. My previous GPU was NVIDIA GTX 1070. Not a TI, just a straight up 1070. Dimitri, you're pumped for the Loc 27? Let's see if I remember how to do it, man. We'll get up here, we'll hold short, we'll do all of our pre-takeoff checks. Looks like we'll be about number 4 for departure.
Southwest 1014 taxiing to the gate via.
All right, let's go ahead and set the brake here real quick. We are on
Las Vegas traffic, American 2946.
Oh, yeah.
Las Vegas.
Now that's a familiar voice.
Hey.
Buddy's on tonight. That's good.
You're killing me with that too for that 400 hertz in the background there.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
That's exactly how MD-80s sound when they call.
Vegas traffic, Southwest 712 leaving.
All right, here we go. Let's do a flight control check.
Departure.
Full up.
Vegas.
Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. You can hear the hydraulics. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. Radar PWS is on and auto. TCAS on. Ooh, we need a squawk 2000 there. On and 2000 TARA. And cabin crew, we'll give them a call. That should be an auto.
Las Vegas traffic here is just 351.
I wish I could see that he's an MD-80.
Las Vegas.
What's the ugly yellow livery? I don't know, Dimitri. I don't know, man. I guess we're... Something with my model matching is just not matching models at all. Doing doing a flight from YVR to YMX. Flight
Southwest
factor.
632, lining up 26 right.
Funny how the leg
departing traffic
begins and
Vegas.
ends in Canada, but 95% is flies over the U.S. Yeah. Yep. That's a long one, man. That's a long one, Kevin. YVR to YMX. That's far, right? I don't know. YMX, where's that? I feel like I should know where that is. Let's go ahead and sneak up here. Model mismatching, 100%. I love the new spool up times on the fly-by-wire, though. They're much slower to spool up. They used to just be super quick before. I'm gonna see if I can stay on center line just by looking out the window. Let's see how we did. I feel like I'm a tad left. Not really. I'm a tad to the right, actually. Wasn't all that bad. I guess nobody likes lining up full length here. I guess we're all going from the intersection. It's okay, we're in tow, you know. I should do San Fran to YSSY? Negative. Am I the only one who thinks model matching is supposed to be done by VATSIM? The network tells us to follow the Lufthansa, but they won't show us any Lufthansa. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man. Is there anything I can do to change that other than AIG? Like, if I look at my VATSIM settings, model matching, MSFS, well, then it's just like custom rules or... If no suitable model match can be found for an aircraft, use this model. Generic, airliner, twin engines. So... I guess it's not finding any models. That's weird. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to dig into that. Man, the ground textures are spot on out here.
Vegas traffic, Frontier 1138, lining up runway 26 right behind departing Southwest traffic.
Let me text the wife back. You're probably wondering where I'm at. I'm doing 2 legs. Custom model matching rules. Need to get 3D models and then all that data needs to get in the VMware file. That's gonna be my project. Hopefully, well, tomorrow's Mother's Day, but I might look into that tomorrow and Monday before the PMDG releases if I don't get called in, because I'd like to kind of settle that. Man, I love these throttles though. So nice having full-size throttles right here. I'm gonna look into the AIG too, Tim. I think Christian was in the Discord. He was telling me about it. I was talking to him post-stream. I think it's something I'm gonna do as well. Maybe I'll tackle that tomorrow night. All right, I'm waiting for him to get out of here. Which mod? I'm using the latest. Is it experimental? Yeah, I think it's. Or dev, I don't know. Whatever the one is on the, like when you pull up the installer, there's stable and then there's 2 more. The one that's on the furthest right, I believe that's, is that the experimental? Whatever one gets updated the most frequently, I guess. The flap detents are from 3D sim mods off Etsy. 2,000 nautical miles, damn. Vancouver to Montreal, Mirabel. Something about doing medium hauls in narrow bodies tracks, right? Whatever you enjoy, man. Whatever you enjoy. Is your flight peripheral custom made? Yes, they're made from Etsy.
Taking off
3D sim
right,
models. 3D sim models.
RNAV Rudy on the radar to departure Vegas traffic.
Vegas traffic, American 357 going to line up away 26, right, Vegas. Yeah, far right is experimental. That's the one. All right, so line up and wait. We are going to go nose to takeoff, That's going to go on. I'm going to extend these, but not turn them on. The wing lights and strobes will come on. Park brake release. Let's line up and wait. Let's go ahead and check left side, make sure it is indeed clear. It is clear. Let's go ahead and line up and wait. I don't know if you can tell, but the strobe is slightly flashing off the ground in the shadow of the wing. Oh, this sim. This sim. I still get a tiny bit of stutter when I'm like in a hard turn on the ground. I think it's like pre-caching or something. I might have to adjust that setting in the sim itself. I'm still working on my Microsoft Flight Simulator settings. I think my GPU tweaks are done because I'm pretty happy with my GPU. Right now, yeah, we're running 59 degrees Celsius. It's only a 35% load. So I'm happy with how my GPU is running. But I think I could do some more tweaking within the sim itself. We'll give this guy about another 60 seconds, and then we will depart. I just love these cabin views. Oh, potato, I sure did, and I'm excited for it, man. Benny, you could tell the difference? Wow, that's crazy. Edward, you pulled an all-nighter with the AIG model matching? Jeez. Your wife is wondering what you're watching, Costas. Which GPU settings guide did you follow? Chris, I followed Q8 Pilot. Q8 Pilot's Sim Update 9 video. I'll, if you remind me if you need it, I'll get a link in Climb or in Cruise. But I'm using pretty much everything Q8 Pilot suggested to do. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready? Vegas traffic, American 357 departing 26 right on the radar 1 of Vegas. Here we go, light them up.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Spool them up 50, here we go.
Only 1,000 for runway 19 left.
Vegas
Stable.
traffic, American 2940, line up away 26 right,
Yoga. Mantoga SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. I thought he already took off. That MD-80. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. You're up. Navin. Man, oh man. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Look at that. I've never done Flight Tampa in the daytime, honestly. We've always done it at sunset or nighttime. All right, there's lever climb, kind of nose over just a little bit here. I want to see a nice positive trend in the airspeed before I bring those thrust levers back. I can walk it back to that MCT detent. And you see how immediately it stops. So nothing wrong with staying at MCT a little bit longer than you want or than necessary. So I'm going to go right here. There we go. Now I'm starting to get that positive trend. Let's walk it into the climb mode. Might have to do a slight recalibration where my climb detent is. Thrust climb. There it is. All right, in the turn. Didn't really get to see the strip anymore. Turning away from it. Kind of botched this departure, didn't we? Let's Let's go RNAV. Let's go direct to cells.
Las Vegas traffic, American 2940, departing runway 26 right. Las Vegas.
Let's go direct to cells. Just gonna nav it over. So here it's gonna. Let's see if it actually obeys the VNAV on the climb now. Speed out constraint star. There's S-speed, flap 0, after takeoff checklist. I think it actually followed it too. Yeah, it's following the VNAV. You know what? Let's go autopilot 1. I want to see how it handles this whole departure here with the autopilot 1. So we're out constraint, 250 on the speed. We should start climbing after cells. We shall see. So I'm gonna just chill here for a minute. We'll look at the views here just for another minute. Probably out this side, and then we'll see if we start climbing out, following VNAV like it should. We should hear it thrust up. And there it is. I think it's thrusting up. Vegas traffic, American 357 over cells out of 8,000, departing to the southwest. Last call, Vegas. Oh yeah, listen to that. Listen to that. Golly, I wish Boris had that.
Good way to get banned, man.
Sound juicy.
I'm running out of water.
All right. Out of 10,000 feet, let's clean it up. Give him a little forward ding there. How do I feel about the A32NX flight model? Sounds. Question coming from a Tolless veteran. Zach, so the sounds are superior to any Airbus on any sim. I think it's the best sounding Airbus we have. The flight model is pretty good. I do think there is room for improvement, especially around the low altitude regime. So like coming into the flare mode, rotation feels really good, honestly. Like, so the rotation mode actually feels pretty good, pitching off the runway, kind of holding it. And I think it responds to the load that you're carrying pretty well. But as far as landing, I think landing is where I notice the biggest difference coming from the Tolless aircraft. I think Tolless have a really good handle, have a pretty good handle on flare. There is still room for improvement on every Airbus out there for landing flare according to how it feels in the real thing. And I think the closest one, if you ever flew the FS Labs on P3D, and even Phantom 320 said this, he thinks that one feels the most realistic to land. And then I would put Tolless in there, and then Flight Factor, and then the fly-by-wire. As far as systems depth, there's still a lot of the normal stuff is there, but if you're looking for failure simulation and stuff, I think that's still pretty much under development. But if you just want to hop in, do A to B flying, I enjoy it. I really do.
Traffic, American 2940, cells outbound, last call, Las Vegas.
Where are you headed to?
Same place as you.
Hell yeah. Alright, 15.5, 15.6. Oh my god, I thought my sim just crashed. Look at that, what's happening? Wow, that was interesting. I thought we almost had a crash there. Mr. Martini, thank you for the continued support, man. He says this is the closest we've gotten to a shared cockpit with you and XP72. I wish I had a browser. There's no browser in this, is there? I wish I could pull up XP72's stream. I'd probably get a copyright strike, but I wish I could pull up his stream in a browser. on this. I had a momentary heart attack. I was like, did we get enough fuel? Yeah, we did get enough fuel. Good. 320 is a pretty aggressive climb. Let's go. Let's give them our, out of 10,000. We'll do the rest of our cleanup here. We'll put San Diego here. Radnap, nothing to delete. Secondary, if we had one. Ooh, that's another thing. The Tolus obviously has the secondary, all that modeled. This is still under development. According to our progress, the optimum, I can't believe it would be 390. We're only 194 miles out. 32 is going to be pretty steep challenge to make. We'll do standard and standard set both times. I am behind him, Mr. Martini. I'm probably 4 or 5 in trail from XP. May I ask you, are you running from Steam? Is that the only way to have Microsoft? No, I actually have this on the Microsoft Store, which I wish I would have bought this through Steam. I really do. I know some people hate Steam, but I hate the Microsoft Store way more than Steam. So, yeah, I have this as the regular Microsoft, what is it, Microsoft Game Store you have to go through or whatnot to purchase this. When MSFS gets CFD, the whole field of sim will change. I'm betting that 305 went very close with. What is CFD? What is CFD, Chris? Gio, what's up, man? Welcome. What's up, Gio? Gio, I got a question for you, man. How many gallons of diesel do those big rigs take? Like a full load up. How many gallons does it take to put in there? I'm curious. Because right now diesel is like $5.30 where I'm at, and that's Texas is pretty cheap on gas. Computed flight dynamics. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, Dylan, I do like the screenshot perk of Steam. Kevin says, in your opinion, is it reasonable to expect Flight Factor to add the IE plus Sharklets on the 320, considering it's still $80 price tag? Kevin, unfortunately, no. I've tried to beat around the bush a little bit with Flight Factor and my honest opinion on them, and because at the end, you know, I don't ever really want to be, well, I never want to be disrespectful of anybody and anybody's product, but my patience has pretty much gone out the window with the Flight Factor 320, and a lot of that stems from what happened when the airplane first released. I would point out some issues on the, and I would point out bugs and problems, and I was immediately banned from forums. So, without holding a grudge, and I just said whatever, I'll let it go. And I've tried to be non-biased so much when I get to the Flight Factor, but for the price tag, the fact that they still don't have any engine variants, the fact that they don't have Sharklets or any other like external mods, for that price tag, I can't get behind it, man. And up until recently, Dimitri said that they just did come with a new performance boost in the beta, which is good because I know for a lot of people a lot of people didn't even fly the Flight Factor 320 because of performance issues. So if they now finally have a solid performance update, that's very good to hear. But it's a pretty Airbus. It looks really good. The modeling is fantastic. Nice attention to detail. But my love for it just kind of tampers off there, man. It really does. I feel like that product is, I don't know. I feel like it got trapped into lazy development cycle. I really do. It just, I mean, I know the Tolus, the biggest problem with Tolus is their model and their texture, and it's not even a problem, I would say, but I can't sit here and tell you honestly that the Flight Factor or the Tolus looks just as good as the Flight Factor. It doesn't, but there's also a trade-off, right? The Flight Factor looks really good, and your PC feels that. The Tolus, there's some work around, there's some modeling issues, you see gaps in panels and stuff, and they've come a long way in making it look better. But as far as a system standpoint, I just feel like the TOLUS is more of a home, and it's just more intuitive. It's more fluid to work with. The airplane behaves pretty much how a real 320 or I'm sorry, real 319 or 321 would behave. So I really do enjoy the TOLUS aircraft, and you know, you get the support behind it. When TOLUS first dropped, I did the same thing. I started putting posts in the forum saying, hey, this is bugged, this is, yeah, I think this is wrong, or maybe this slipped through. And instead of banning me from the forums, what TOLUS did is, I believe it's Torsten, like one of the lead devs, if not the lead guy, actually personally emailed me and said, hey man, thank you for your feedback. I'm gonna get working on it. What else can I fix? And that's basically how our relationship started. And I would point out some things and say, hey, this is, you know, this, not everything, you know, and I try to balance what I expect to not be there in a sim versus the real thing, and then what I do expect to be there in the sim. Like, you really should have a working RadNav page. You really should have a functioning secondary flight plan page, because it's more than just a secondary flight plan. It's actually, we use it on every single leg, whether it be for an engine out or a secondary approach, or maybe you want to check your fuel at a different cruise altitude. So secondary flight plan is important. So I would, you know, I look at those things and I say, hey, this is kind of what, you know, I would like to see. And I'm not saying it's like, oh yeah, that will do everything that you want, but for the most part, they were very, very receptive to feedback, where it's the complete opposite of the flight factor situation. Kitten Gia says your truck takes 300 gallons. Oh my word. Katy, Texas, it's 529. Yeah, it's 529 where I am. Discount app where you get fuel at 430. Okay. Savannah, Georgia to Bakersfield. It's 4,500 in fuel. Jeez. Jeez. What about Flight Sim Labs? Very good. Flight Sim Labs is very good. I would say at this, well, I say it's very good, but there are things with Flight Sim Labs that are also incorrect, and there's some things that TOLUS does that Flight Sim Labs doesn't, and then there are also things that Flight Sim Labs does that TOLUS doesn't. So I hate comparing across simulations. I think we're going to see a lot of cross sim comparisons on Monday, Zebo versus PMDG. But you know, it is what it is. FS Labs is a very, very solid product. FS Labs is what I used to train myself on the Airbus before X-Plane even was really a thing. Like when FS Labs first dropped, I was using that pretty heavily to prepare myself for check rides and all that stuff, and for my upgrade, for captain upgrade and stuff. So yeah. Staying on topic, what do you suggest getting? Wait for Phoenix, get the TOLUS, or try the fly-by-wire? New to Airbus, want to hear feedback. Brick Teller, what sim do you have, and what sim do you enjoy flying the most in? I gotta answer that. Yeah, I need to answer that question first. What is your sim of choice, Brick Teller? Then I can kind of steer you in a direction. But I need to know what sim you get the most enjoyment out of, because the sim that I get the most enjoyment out of may not be the sim you enjoy, and that is 110% A-OK. Gio, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You got a profit of 5K after.
We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Captain Gee says, my thing is let people fly whatever sim they want to fly. I'm sick of the toxic. Yeah, Captain Mickey, there is a lot of toxicity in this community, no doubt. No doubt. Momar, 26 and 24. So if we want to cross it at 24, that's 8,000. So 816, 24, right? So 24 miles out, we should start down. So we have a short cruise. I'm going to bring the sounds way down. We have a very short cruise. We're going to do this. I'm gonna relax. We'll just get, we only have enough time for like 1 or 2 songs. So let's get those on. Let's go outside for a minute. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh boy, that scared me. Whew. My phone went off, but I don't think it's the call. It's my nail. It just says no caller ID. Combat Flight Sim 2, best flight sim ever made. Heck yeah, man. Scrolling back in chat, Blue Bear says, my spider senses tell me Phoenix is going to be a game changer. Why I will agree with that, Blue Bear, and you know, Captain Canada makes a good point when he talks about add-ons coming out to the market, saying that, you know, he's seen it all before, all the hype train and all that, and until he actually has an airplane, he doesn't get that hype for it. Obviously, you can be excited for an airplane, but you don't like buy into the hype model. And I can totally understand that. I actually agree with that quite a bit. But the one reason why I can't help myself from getting hyphy for the Phoenix 320 is because of the fact, at least this is what I think is fact, maybe you guys can correct me, the last I heard was that it is indeed ProSim software running the systems underneath the skin of the aircraft. And for those that don't know what ProSim software is what a lot of home cockpit developers use. Now, there's a misconception out there saying that ProSim is what we use in the Level D flight simulators in the real world. That's not necessarily true. It will depend on the simulator that you're at, and it will depend on the sim building and all that. They might run different software loads, but it is very similar. And I have seen like Level D simulations running a ProSim style software, but it's kind of like if you look at X-Plane, how they have a professional version that's like FAA approved. I believe ProSim has the same deal. Like they actually have licenses with Airbus or whatever that allow them to, I guess the sim centers buy that software from them. And I highly doubt that that's the actual version that's going to be in the Phoenix, because there's other versions that, like I said, home cockpit builders use and all that to get all the gauges and stuff working. So that alone is what makes me excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, but as days get closer and more updates come about the Phoenix, I just get so excited because it could be a game changer. I'm not saying it will be, but I'm saying it could definitely be a game changer. I plan to not only just do, you know, we're going to take it up and fly A to B. I think the first flight we do is going to be one of the hardest flight tests that I've ever done on stream. We're going to fail engines. We're going to go into electrical situations. I want to put this simulator to the absolute max as far as the testing goes on it. So that's what I'm excited about. If that comes true or not, we'll see. Gio says, I see you got the 3090. I'm debating going dual 3090 soon. Gio, you can't do that, especially on Mother's Day tomorrow, man. Come on. Am I going to fly a PMDG bird? Absolutely, Super Dill. Absolutely, man. We're flying to San Diego. What is the purpose of the arrow? That's the drop-down menu for Microsoft Flight Sim. Since you're on call, would you get called up for a flight that is not your home base this late in the day? Swarm. Let's see. So it's about a 3-hour call out. So the earliest I could report would be 10:51, which is starting to get to the end of my reserve period. I've been on call since 10 a.m. So what they could do though is call me tonight for something tomorrow morning. That would be the most likely scenario. As we reach 8 o'clock here local time for me, it's pretty rare that I'd be flying out tonight unless it was like a maintenance test flight or something, God forbid, but it's kind of how it goes. Will you try a complete hydraulic failure? Chris, I'll do it. I will do it, Chris. We'll put the hydraulics, we'll do it. We'll sack them. We'll see what happens. Gio says she already got her Mother's Day gift. She can't complain. All the bills are paid for the month of May. I hear that, Gio. I hear that, my friend. I upgraded 3090 recently. How are you finding yours? I'm loving it, Loaded Aviation. I'm absolutely loving it, man. What is my take on the nose wheel sound on the rollout in any sim? None seem to compare the sounds on various YouTube takeoff landing rolls. Brandon, I think that's a tough question to answer. That has a lot to do with the recording and like who's recording it on YouTube and stuff. That's a tough one to answer, man. I will say this, that I haven't, in the fly-by-wire sound pack, I haven't heard anything that doesn't sound not real. We'll put it that way. VTJ, dude, thank you so much for the $10 donation, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Says, I like your videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support. I love how we have more likes than viewers right now. You guys are absolute rock stars. Thank you so much for supporting me, supporting the channel. And thank you again, VTJ, for that. The $10 super chats are very much appreciated. The Flight Factor only has the IE mod? Yeah. Yep. Air Dave has upgraded to commercial pilot. Air Dave, thank you so much, Air Dave, for the upgrade to commercial pilot membership. Could use your help in the polls, man. A lot of my polls I do are for commercial members. 90% of them I just put out to the commercial members to help me pick aircraft and whatnot. Now, the last 2 polls, I didn't really follow my own rule of listening to the poll because I think the members actually voted for X-Plane 11 tonight, but I just couldn't. I mean, this sim is... Look at this. We're sitting in an A320 right now. We're probably also getting high, which we are definitely. TOD is below us. So if Dimitri's here, this is where I'm going to go straight to an open descent. Here we go, 240. Open descent is on. We are coming down. A little bit high. Let's crack the spoid brakes. Let's go ahead and start getting down. Let's go ahead and fade out the music, and let's go to work one final time tonight. One final time tonight, we're going to put this airplane down. Loke 27. This is something that I have not done in a very, very long time.
Open flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for right.
All right, I'm back. 29, we are going to be pretty high over Lomar out of 26. I don't know if we can make that. All right, let's pull out the chart. So let's start looking at San Diego Loke 27 practice approach. I'm going to learn what the symbols mean here pretty soon. One day I will. San Diego. It's German for... Alright, Loke 27. Alright, 276 is the final, 110 point... Oh, that didn't sound good. I have to lower my chair here. Hold on one second. Alright, I had to lower my sim here. My collective is banging into my joystick, which is not good. My collective for helicopter flying. Alright, we got a ping. Who's that? Ooh, LA Center. 3555. There goes our descent. Let's go ahead and give them a call. 3555. We got to get to work here. What's going on with Centa?
And don't know what he is or what he's doing. So you want me to bring you back around, or what would you like to do?
Sure, we'll go back around. That was minute 6, all good.
So the 20 to 6, cancel approach clearance, sliding 360, maintain 6,000.
Set a right 0 to 6,000, 20 to 6.
Center, good afternoon. American 357 on level 240.
Who's 240?
That's American 357.
American 357 LA, hello, squawk 7222.
Squawking 7222, American 357.
American 357, you're going to contact 20 southeast of thermal, flight level 240. Turn right heading 270 vectors for spacing, expect direct Lindy.
Right turn 270, we'll expect that, American 357. All right, 270.
1138, descend via the Lucky 1 arrival at Lindy, cleared localizer or GPS 27 approach.
This controller's sharp. I can tell already.
Stand by Lucky 1 and
This
we'll
controller's sharp.
expect approach. Frontier left
Rick
38.
Teller, there. I'm sorry, man. It says.
LA Center American 2940.
Answering your question, I like both simulators, but have a slight preference towards X-plane.
Turn right heading
Rick, so if you have a
090.
slight preference towards X-plane, okay, so I'm gonna.
Was it 30? I'm sorry, was that American 2940?
This guy's really loud. Let me turn it down.
American 2940, reply 300, just sitting on top of the 10 now.
We got a contact,
So,
just
because X-plane 11 is on the way out, with 12 coming very soon,
2940.
I don't know if I would
7220
invest in buying airplanes in that sim right now. So I would suggest going down to fly-by-wire because it is free. It's a free mod. It's a free mod for Microsoft Flight Sim, and it does a lot of really good things. So I think that would be a good start. You don't have to spend any money if you already got Microsoft Flight Sim. You're ready to go. And then when X-Plane 12 drops, if you really want to go back into the X-Plane platform, then absolutely go down the tolless path. But I think by then you'll probably have an option for the Phoenix and Microsoft Flight Sim, or go back to X-Plane 12. So, but as you're set right now, shoot, what's wrong with going free? My pushback is called toolbar pushback.
891. Hello, squawk 7273.
What about 1440p streaming? I know a bunch of YouTuber streamers that are doing it. I have to test it, you know. So these first couple of streams here, I've basically been testing my GPU. I didn't want to change everything at the same time, right? Because then I don't know if something breaks. I don't know what broke. So first and foremost, I wanted to get my GPU set. I wanted the NVIDIA settings. I wanted all that stuff done first. And then after that, I'm working on my Microsoft Flight Sim data, or Microsoft Flight Sim settings. And then now once I get that all set up, then I'll start messing with the encoder settings and actually changing, you know, maybe if I want to stream at a higher resolution or whatever. So the only problem I have about streaming in 60, like actually picking up 60 FPS setting in Streamlabs, is when I do that, when I switch views, it gets blurry, and I don't know how to remedy that. I've gone up to bitrate as high as like 12,000. Which I can do because I've got a gigabit up and down here at the office. So I don't know how to remedy that. That's why I keep it at 30. Because it's like when I switch between camera angles, it seems to stay sharper. But I will start dabbling in the encoder and streaming settings here in the upcoming days. But again, like I said, I just wanted to get everything.
What arrival do you have in there? You got the ghost one. Send me the ghost one arrival. LA altimeter is.
I only wanted to change one or two things at a time. You know. He said expect direct Lindy for traffic, so we'll just do this here.
Southwest 2806 is 5 miles from Vida. Turn right heading 240. Maintain 5,000 self-service on the localizer cleared. Localizer 27 approach.
Heading 240, 5,000 established 27 approach, 26.
Southwest 1980, code direct Lindy, descend and maintain 14,000.
Yeah, see, I mean, I can't hear anybody else if
American
I don't have him.
Direct Lindy.
Direct Lindy, American 357.
American 2940, code direct Lindy.
Code direct Lindy, American 2940.
Swiss Air 40, descend via the Angel 4 arrival. The Ontario altimeter is 4, more than 1 hour old.
Back to our sim setup here. 680 plus 50. Remember, it's an MDA, so we add 50 feet. So that's going to be 730
Good afternoon.
on perf data. 730 in the barrel.
2109, runway 27, clear to land.
And did I print this out? I did. Pull it up here. San Diego's 210 at 9.
Reduce speed 210, Frontier 1138.
QNH
Southwest
is
1980,
29902.
the Lindy, or the Lucky 1 arrival at Lindy, clear to localizer, GPS 27 approach.
Temperature is 18. We're doing a flaps full. Yeah, Blue Max. If I wanted to go straight to 1440p, I'd have to go 1440p.
Turn left heading 180, come maintain 13,000.
Left 180 to 13,000.
And the guys on the ground at Vegas and LA, I'll get to you in just a second for your clearance.
7.3 on the fuel. All right. Loc 27, if we get cleared approach, we want to cross Rebo at 2,000. That's on a 3-degree path. So I'm going to put Rebo in the prog page here. That way I know how far I am from Rebo.
And
now,
3111,
to do an FBA descent,
7330.
We got to know our final altitude first.
7330 for Southwest 3111.
So if we come in at 4,000 at Vida, to cross Rebo at 2,000, that's 2,000 feet to lose. Multiply it by 3, 246. So 6 miles from Rebo, give me a 0.3 to, give me 0.5 for a buffer. 6.5 from Rebo, we're going to go FPA 3 degrees down if we're at 4,000 feet over Vida. That's going to keep us on a nice 3-degree path that should meet all these restrictions. We don't have to do the dive and drive technique that you would be uncomfortable for passengers and things like that. Now, one thing that we do want to keep in mind is Rebo inbound is a 3.5 degree path. So if I can zoom in on this more. So Rebo inbound is 3.5 degrees. So we have to make sure that once we cross Rebo at 2,000 that we do indeed increase our flight path angle to 3.5. Now what I like to do is I'll initially set 4 because adding flaps 3, because we should be flaps 2 180 at least over Rebo. So adding flaps 3, get a little bit of lift. We have a tendency to balloon a little bit. So going straight to negative 4.0 on the FPA is going to help kind of cancel that out, and then we can adjust it from there. You don't. The whole point of the localized but non-precision approach is you don't want to be up here fiddling with this like 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Set it, forget it, let the airplane stabilize.
357 descend via the Lucky 1 arrival at Lindy cleared, localizer or GPS runway 27 approach.
Descend via the Lucky 1 at Lindy cleared, low 27 approach, American 357.
American 2940, descend via the Lucky 1 arrival at Lindy cleared, localizer or GPS.
So basically, where are we going? We're direct Lindy,
Router,
so now we got to go back to Lindy.
Lindy cleared, RNAV or localizer.
Lindy's at 5. So I'm going to set 5,000. So we got to actually do some math here. So we want to cross Lindy at 5,000. We're at 24,000. So 24 minus 5 is 19. And then we're going to multiply that by 3. That's 57. Call it 60 miles. So 60 miles from
contact,
Lindy.
The tower 18.3 knows you're clear to land. Just
are you kidding me?
Checking with him real quick.
18.3 for tower.
Here we go. Open descent.
Southwest 712 when you land, 18.3 for your taxiing. Good night.
Okay, upon landing over the tower for 712. Good night, TJ. See ya.
Just verify we are going direct Lindy. We are. Lindy's there. Alright. Let's get the seatbelt sign on.
3111, did you want 360 stay at 300?
This might be a little hard to meet. We're going to go spoil brakes out.
3111, like to stay at flight level 300.
How's the flight going? What's my night to do bass? What's up, Shaq? Welcome back, dude. Yeah, I know all about
Bravo's
that.
current LA
I think I was probably supposed to do bass tonight too, but you know, I didn't go home, so we'll just keep that on the DL. Besides, I've had my dose of
I already called you 3
Blippi for the
times.
week.
Send via the Angel 4 arrival, the Ontario altimeter is 2983.
Spoid brake is out. We're going to hustle down. I don't know if we're going to make this. We're going to, so to help descent here, we're going to go increase rate of speed here. Let's see what kind of descent rate.
American 357, reduce speed to 210, not already.
Alright, slowing to 210. It's going to be hard to make Lindy at 5.
That's fine, just do your best to get down.
Roger that. We're slowing to 210, American 357. Alright, so that's a shafter right there. So now, Demetri, if you're here, this is where I'm pretty much the only option you have now. I'm going to select vertical speed about 900. I'm going to dial in 210 on the speed here because that's the constraint. He obviously wants to prioritize that. So with 210 selected and 900 vertical speed with the brakes out, I am going to be slowing down and going down at the same time, albeit we're not going down very fast, but that's the only way to get any speed to come back in a descent. We'll go ahead and use low brakes on this landing. We'll use low brakes, full reverse. We're going to get our LS push buttons on. Continuing the rest of our setup here. Constraint is on. Up on the overhead, we're going to go ahead and inhibit the glide slope mode so we don't get any false glide slope.
It's not going to work for you here. Maintain 5,000, cancel your approach clearance, turn left heading 180.
Turn left heading 180, maintain 5,000 for turn up 30.
So I'm curious, is this modeled? I'm going to go, so as is right now, spoid brakes are full. With the autopilot on, you only get half deflection in the 320. With the autopilot off, you should get full deflection. So I'm going to disconnect the autopilot right now. Oh, look at that. So it is modeled. I like seeing that. So now this is the fastest way to slow down and go down is I got flaps. I'm sorry, I got spoid brakes out with the autopilot off because that's the only way I'm going to get full deflection.
357, cancel approach clearance, major altitude, maintain 8,000, and I'll have a turn for you in just a second.
Okay, maintaining 8,000, American 357. All right, 8,000 is blue, and we're still slowing to 210, but we're at a 19,000 feet.
American 357, you copy, cancel approach clearance, maintain 8,000, and I'll have a turn for you in just a minute.
That's from we'll maintain 8,000, cancel approach clearance, American 357.
So the 632, contact the tower, 118.3, we'll see you.
And at 18,000 feet here, we'll go ahead and set our altimeters, which is really 29902, so it basically is standard. It is 1013, right? Yep. So now we're basically at green dot. Now we really got to milk it down here because we don't. Let's go flaps 1 out of 18,000 feet. Jeez. Pretty rare. Alright. So
now, 1138, turn right heading 070.
Now you can see the spoid brakes retracted a little bit.
I'm sorry, turn left heading 070, my apologies.
210, open descent. We really had to milk this one. But yeah, there's just no way. There's no way you could make 5,000.
American 357, turn right turn heading 270.
Right turn 270, American 357. Here we go, in the turn. XP got a 226. Nice. What was his go around for? Wow, look at those clouds.
Delta 936, descend via the Angel 4 arrival. The Ontario altimeter is...
XP72 had a fight with the winds of San Diego, had to see his landing nice and firm. 226, huh? Very good, very good. That's pretty dang good for San Diego, I'll tell you that, especially if it's windy, especially if it's a Boeing.
SoCal Fox 27, 522,
Those clouds look real, though, I'll tell you that.
Okay, who's calling?
Twin Cessna 5225 Juliet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, short of 25 left, Compton, number 1, IM4 to Limber.
Okay, number 2, stand by.
Those clouds are
114
something
Juliet, LA
else.
Squawk 7104.
7104.
That is something else right there, man.
We're 5225 Juliet, clear to the San Diego Airport.
Yep, those are ultra clouds.
5,000,
Indeed.
departure this frequency, Squawk 7342, hold for release.
Alright, Twin Cessna 5225 Juliet, clear from the Compton Airport to the Limber Field at solid time, maintain 5,000.
That looks real.
Squawk 7342, hold for release.
A little bit of flicker there on the windowsill, not sure what that is. Joel, absolutely, I'm looking forward to it, man.
And 5225 Juliet, read back correct.
Nope, Halloween, this is all stock. Everything you're seeing now is all stock. I don't have a Payware airport, I don't have anything else. Everything is stock Microsoft Flight Simulator.
But it's not off in 5 minutes, it's not up by then. Advise,
You're down at flight level 180. You could, Mama's Basement, but we didn't need it. We didn't need it.
American 712, just going to maintain 900,000. Expect localizer 27 approach.
900,000.
Frontier 1138, turn left heading 010.
Who's that for?
Frontier 1138, left turn heading 010.
Left.
Almost everything has looked so real with your new settings, it boggles my mind. Fubar, I hear you, man.
Frontier 1138, turn left heading 010.
These clouds, I had them on, I think, high before, which were still
American
good.
357, descend and maintain 6,000, turn right heading 360.
Descend and maintain 6,000, right turn all the way around 360, American 357.
114 Juliet, you're at a contact position about 8 west of Borrego, 8,000, clear to the John Wayne Airport via direct. And the altimeter is 292.
We're at 11,000 over San Diego right now.
John Wayne Airport direct 292. 100.
Southwest 3111, leaving the airspace to the north. Oakland's offline, radar service terminated. Frequency change for good day.
Thanks for help, Southwest 3111.
Southwest 1980, tower 118.3, we'll see you. Leaving Frontier 1138, turn left heading 330.
Left 320, Frontier 1138.
American 357, turn right heading 090.
Right turn 090, American 357.
Center Southwest 6 on the ground.
Basically vectoring us in a box pattern here.
Southwest 6, 24 left, taxi via Delta 8, Echo, Victor.
Delta 8, Echo, Victor, Southwest 6.
Alright, 090, we're at a 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. We have ATC, so I'm going to leave our lights in the proper configuration here. And I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a slight...
American 357, center maintain 5,000.
Center maintain 5,000, American 357. There's a slight additional wind noise when the wing lights come out, which I've been telling sound pack people that from the get-go. I think PSS eventually did it on, I think the 319, 321 IE pack has it. But Morris has it now too on this. I can definitely hear it and it's true to real life. We call it mini speed brake sometimes. When you kick the landing lights out, they extend from under the wing root there. You can really hear it in the slipstream, especially at 250 knots.
8 miles from Vida, turn left heading 230. Maintain 5,000 until established, cleared localizer 27 approach.
Ramon, yeah, they could have put us in a hole. They could have put us in a hole. But sometimes it's easier to just do delay vectors. It just depend on the controller, I guess.
American 2940 contact.
All right, 7.9 descending 5,000. So remember, we said 6 miles from Revo, we can set a 3-degree path. My prog page out of 10,000. I'm gonna go ahead and activate confirm page now, so we don't forget to do that. Revo is set in the prog page.
Your radar contact.
We have LS pushing done. Everything else is done. They're seated. We are looking good, folks. We're looking good. 2,000 feet to level off, plus 21 on the temps, so we don't need to worry about that. That looks amazing.
Runway 1720, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
To the right via Bravo.
For my 3090, I use Foundry's recommended settings, which is good balance between looks and performance. I'll have to check it out. Psyching, set 8K shadow res and use your CFG file to get rid of shadow flicker and wing view window. Interesting. All right, man.
Southwest 6 ready to go. 24 left.
Southwest 6, RNAV Delray. The wind is 2709, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Delray, 24 left, takeoff. Southwest 6.
We've been at idle with speed brakes out the whole way down. Just the ambience. Just the ambiance of the cabin. So good. So good. To get equally good shadows but better performance, I use 6144 for shadows. They make a huge difference. All right, Ryan. Thank you, bud. Sounds like we're leveling, thrusting up here. We're level at 5,210. Phantom better not have gotten in front of us.
712 to maintain 7,000.
Temperatures are 22, so we're looking good.
Swiss Air 40 at Circus, cleared the ILS runway 24 right approach.
Subscribe.
Thank you for the subscribe there, Nightlife channel. Welcome. Appreciate all the subscribers, guys. I think we just recently hit 24K
American
subs.
537, turn right heading 180.
Which was awesome. So thank you for all the new subscribers to the channel. Don't normally stream in this late a window, so if
American 537, turn right, or sorry, American 357, turn right heading 180.
Right turn 180, American 357.
American 712, turn left heading 090.
So if you are just tuning into the channel for the first time, you like seeing Airbus
Southwest
content,
6 LA,
like seeing
contacts at a
Microsoft Flight Simulator,
level 320.
do appreciate everybody hitting that subscribe button. You guys are awesome. More likes than views. Awesome, awesome. This has been fun. This has been a lot of fun tonight.
Over to tower 18-3, thanks for your help, bye.
Yep, American flies these in real life.
Velocity 891, expect the visual approach 25 left, or I'm sorry, the ILS 25 left.
Expect the ILS 25 left, velocity 890, and the 130.
Look at that with the sun right there. Whew, baby. Food bars on the juicy Kool-Aid. Yes, sir. Have I considered doing in real life videos like fly with bigger?
American 357, 8 miles from Vida, turn right heading 240, maintain 5,000 till established, cleared localizer 27 approach.
Right turn 2405 till established, cleared low 27 approach, American 357. Alright, 240.
American 712, descend to
That's
maintain 6,000.
Loke is not armed. Not armed.
Southwest 6 cleared, direct to scatter.
Correct, scatter, Southwest 6.
We have to reload this? What's up? Why are we not picking up the localizer?
114 Juliet, the John Wayne altimeter is 2986.
Okay.
5225 Juliet cleared, direct to Mission Bay.
Direct Mission Bay.
It's not in. Why didn't it hard tune? IUBR. IUBR. Uh-oh.
Straight wing 1720, gonna be ready to go.
Yep.
Straight wing 1720 are now Docker. The wind is
blue.
2709, runway 25
Vida
right up
is
14.2
14.2 from the Loke. We're 18.7 miles out on the PFD, so we're doing this a little bit old school. Looks like we lost the drawing on our ND. That's fine. That's probably because we flew right by it on that delay vector, but we're still okay. We have our Loke DME over here, 18.1. We got Rebo in the box. We're at 5,000. We know 6 from Rebo. We are, ooh, he's going missed. Why is he going missed?
American 2940, roger, radar contact, maintain 5,000. Heavy vectors for the localizer 27 and maintain runway heading for now.
Thank you for the resubscribe, man.
Alright, come maintain 5,000, American 2940.
And say the reason for the go round.
We were high on the approach.
Come on, Phantom. I expected you to do better than that. 14.2 is when we can start. So we're actually on the Loke now. All right, so looking at our prog page, we're 9.6. So what I want to do is I'm going to set 2,000 feet for Rebo. I'm also going to help myself out by slowing down to 180 knots right now. We got to stay ahead of the airplane.
Looks like you're off the arrival. Fly heading 050
to 180.
Maintain 7,000.
And we are 8.5, so it's 6 miles out. We can start a 3-degree path down.
2940, turn right heading 360.
Let's prime tower up as well. Again, staying ahead. 18.3.
357, contact the tower 118.3.
18.3, American 357, done.
Enabled.
Target either American 357 or Loke 27. Continue approach, American 357. Rebo 6.5, there it is. So, track FPA. Pull it. 3 degrees, let's go. I want to see if this actually works in this airplane. All right, so we're FPA 3 degrees down. I think I was a tad late. Let's see. We might be a tad late. I'm going to go 3.2, set it and forget it. 3.2 is set. We're on a 3-degree path down. We want to cross Rebo at 2,000 feet. That's our hard altitude. We can be above it, but we cannot be below it. We're at 180, flaps 2. Touchdown zone is 17 feet, so call it 2,000 MSL is when we're actually going to go all the way configured. We might actually buffer that by about 2,500 feet or so. We're looking good. I don't think we're really flying 3 degrees path down, are we? We might be. See, I wish I had a blue arrow here, like in the real airplane. It would actually tell me where my estimated bottom is going to be. Yeah, we're high. We're just staying high. I'm going to increase rate of descent to 4 degrees. Yeah, we're only like 3 miles from Rebo. Let's go ahead and continue to configure the aircraft. Let's go manage speed. We're going to stay ahead of it this time because for some reason I don't think that 3-degree path was an actual 3-degree path. Manage speed is on. We're slowing down. Let's go. You're down. On the speed brake. Start the recording.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
We don't want to accidentally level, so I'm going to spin this up out of the way to go around altitude.
Good luck landing.
Thanks, buddy. I'm going to need it. Go around. Altitude is 2,500. Climb and hold. It says 2,500, but I don't want to set that. We're going to leave it at 5. Yeah, there's Rebo at 2. We're behind the 8 ball here. Let's go flaps 3, and let's go straight to 4.5. Actually, let's go straight to 5. That seems steep, but it's not following it as it should, or at least it's not as. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like 3 degrees is really about 2 degrees. I feel like it's about a degree off. We know our minimums are 730. We are IMC, no need for engine anti-ice. We're just following the FPA down. We're Rebo inbound, we're a little bit high. Let's see if we can catch it. Let's go ahead and advise the cabin crew.
Taxi to parking by left side again.
Bakazano, what's up, man?
Taxi to parking by Bravo, French 38.
American 357 with T-Sister at 9 and costing 15 from T-Sister clear
27 clear to land, American 357. See, like him, I can barely hear him. Looking for the runway. Don't see it yet. I feel high.
1,000.
1,000 feet stable.
1,000. 1,000.
There's a beacon. Where's my runway? I see Pappy's. Runway in sight. Autopilot's off. Flight director's off. Bird is already on.
Above.
We gotta keep coming down.
500.
Gonna get a sync right here. Runway's in sight. Correcting. Vertical speed, correcting. Keep coming down, baby. Definitely a little high, but we're on speed. I think we're gonna fly right into the slot as we cross the numbers. There we go. There's 1 red. We know where we are. There's 2 reds. We're on the path. Wow, that was close.
100.
2 whites, 2 reds. Normal landing now.
50, 40, 20. Retard. 5.
Milk that sucker. Oh, that's a butter and a half. Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Nice job.
$70 knots. We'll take the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Diego. Tail strike. Get out of here with that, Team Vodka. I like how Ollie Talia has 320 here.
357 vacate left 1 able taxi to parking via Bravo. Bye bye.
Taxi to parking via Bravo. Thanks for the ATC9. Good night, American 357. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's go ahead and stop recording. Let's take it on over here. Oh man, I had my. That's that mouse drag thing. When you click off the screen, it just locks it into whatever it is. All right. Off, taxi, off. I want to see the replay on that, so we're not going to shut it down again. But that was definitely probably a butter. That felt pretty good. But that was close. You know, if that was a real life approach there, something was up with the FPA, because even though we were doing 3 degree, I felt like we were high at Rebo, and then it didn't feel like, I mean, we were doing 5 degrees and we were still high. So something was off with that. But coming in, you know, seeing your VSI in the orange above 1,000 feet, you know, that's technically an unstable approach. So in real life, that probably would have been a go around. And if I was the captain on that flight, that 100% would have been a go around in real life, because that was unstable with our VSI. So that's something, you know, we can take the difference with sim and real world. But even though, you know, we got it to play out perfectly, I wouldn't say perfectly, but we got it to pan out just fine there. We flew into the slot as we came across the threshold. The VSI in the orange is something you got to be careful about, because if you get behind that power curve and something happens, it'll kill you. It'll be quick. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and let's check where we are. Boop. Check your strobes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome That was fun. Pecker factor 5.5. All right, let's put you in a replay. And I really don't have a drone cam set up, so I couldn't fly around to see anybody landing anyway. But we want to reconfigure for landing, so I want to go flaps 2. I'm going to rearm the spoy brakes, and we're going to check out this replay.
American 712, Denver target A wind 250 America.
Is that Phantom?
15, runway 27, clear to land.
Can't really tell. All right, here we go. We're going to disconnect from VATSIN. Let's watch this replay, shall we? Let's go cockpit view, replay. Here we go, into the clouds. But that weather though was 10 for 10. Do other pilots call you out when you taxi with the strobes on? Yeah. Yeah, they do, Ryan. That's where you get a lot of that. Check your strobes. Nice strobes. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it, man. What's with the low and soft ATC voice? I don't know, Dimitri. I had to crank his volume way up. 19 degrees on that flare? No way, dude. We're gonna find out right now, Team Vodka. We're gonna find out right now. We're at 2600. So this is what I mean. If you ever flown into San Diego, this is what you see. What side do you like to sit on the best? The left side, you see downtown. But I mean, this is what you were looking at there. It's all just clouds. Had to pick up the chocolate-covered espresso beans for Mom's tomorrow. Missed the landing. No worries, Steve. We're in replay mode right now. I gotta stop by and pick up something on the way home for the wifey as well. The side stick is ! Stick Flight Sim Projects, and there's a video in the description. It tells you all you need to know about it, man. Butter is a bad description, maybe powder, because when I butter bread, it's not soft, nice or fat. Yeah, I know, I hear you. You started at 5, but you should have been at 4. Well, Pascal, we calculated it from 5,000, though. So, I don't know. You might be right. I have to rewatch. I'll have to rewatch the stream. I have to rewatch it. I'm not saying I didn't make an error, but... because if we calculated from 5 to 2, be 3, 6, maybe 9 miles, we should have started down. So that would make sense, Pascal. That would make sense. Maybe I was thinking we were going to be at 4, but we weren't.
500.
But man, that was a lope to minimums. I mean, that is pretty much lope to mids. Oh, look at those views. I fly the 320 family in real life. Pilot Sandy. Gina, what's up, man? Little late tonight. Yeah, it was a last-minute stream, dude. When we did 2 legs, it was awesome. We had a lot of fun. Check the replays out. Definitely wind back to the Las Vegas nighttime approach. Unbelievably real. Maybe it's a little firmer than I thought. Pause. Let's back it up right about there. Now, Team Vodka says I was at 19 degrees on my pitch.
100.
I think you had a little too much vodka tonight, my friend. Let's see. Let's see where my pitch attitude
50,
was.
40, 30.
That was not 19 degrees at all. That was actually a little flat. It's actually a little bit flat. Only about 2.5, 5 degrees. A little bit flat. Now, trust me, when you start getting in tail strike range, it feels uncomfortable to pull back on the stick. All right, guys. This was a blast. Thank you so much for the late night stream session here. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's flights with the 2 legs. Beautiful views, pretty fun approach. This is a pretty cool approach here with the weather into San Diego, no doubt about that. A little bit high on the approach, but we got her down. We got her stable. 19 degrees on Grey Goose. Exactly, Steve. All right, dudes. and ladies. I appreciate every single one of you watching tonight. I appreciate all of the new subscribers, all of the new members, the membership upgrades, the donations. We had a couple of big donos tonight. I appreciate all donos, large, small. I appreciate everyone else just hanging out in chat, even if you just hit the like button for me. You guys are awesome. This was a lot of fun. We'll do it again soon. I guess I'll be seeing you guys on Monday. With the PMDG 737. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I'll see you guys in a couple days. See ya!